How's it going, everyone? This is Precisely Podcast, a podcast about beer and video games. I'm your host, Bo, and with me, as always, my Zelda to your Ganon. How are you, Kelly?
Good. How are you?
Doing excellent. And we have a very special guest tonight, my homie. Let me introduce the Platinum Hunting King, the man with more reviews under his belt than IGN, the gamer that games harder than anyone I know, and the host of two awesome podcasts, Bobby, a.k.a. The Chronicles of a Gamer _, between each word, on Instagram. How are you, brother?
I'm all right, man. Thank you. How's everything?
Everything is excelente.
Man, now I feel like Macho Man coming in with that announcement you just made for me.
Right? Like fireworks are coming out
pumped,
from behind you.
Yeah, man.
In the other corner, we have... Oh, never mind. Sorry. Got carried away.
I love it. I love introducing our guests, and you're someone that I've wanted to have on for the longest time. I was on your podcast at one point.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. And we'll get into your podcast later.
It definitely helped, bro, when you were on mine, because it made me like, oh, I guess most people must have listened and then kind of stuck with it, because I know my average listens kind of went up. I'm like, all right, Bo, thanks, bro.
Oh,
it worked out. Yeah, it worked out.
All right, cool. I know you're always shouting out people, like you're like, oh, I got someone from the Czech Republic tonight, that's listening in, or someone from Florida or someone from Puerto Rico. Like, I love it. I love that you're checking your stats all the time.
I think it's pretty cool. I love stats, even though they're kind of useless sometimes, but I find them interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too. We're moving up on the podcast ranks too, I've heard. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. But let's get into beer talk, since we are a beer podcast. Kelly, do you want to hit me with the beer that you are drinking tonight?
I can. I don't think I can physically throw it that far, but I will tell you what beer I'm drinking. So this is my final can. I've saved all of the cans of beer that Bo gave me for Christmas, and I've used them on the podcast. So talk about that a little bit. So we have, and correct me if I say it wrong, this is the last one I have. So it's is it Zealous Beer Company? Because there's like a line over the E.
I have no idea.
Okay. I didn't know
what beer is it?
It's the Competitor IPA.
Yeah, I think it's Zealous, yeah.
I think it's Zealous too, I would assume, but it could be Zealous. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is the Competitor IPA. It has a 4.7% alcohol by volume, 50 IBUs. It says on the can, the Competitor is a session American IPA. Maris Otter, wheat, and crystal malt provide a slightly biscuity backbone, while flaked oats add body. A hefty addition of hops in the whirlpool, followed by ample dry hopping, help create a refreshing, citrusy session IPA. Big flavor with a low gravity, Competitor IPA is a beer brewed to compete with the best, which I would assume so, because it's called the Competitor. Well, I'm going to open it first. Hold on.
All right.
I love that sound.
I like to crack them on the podcast.
Yes.
I don't like to crack it early. I feel like it's like Christmas every time.
I'm interested, in what you think.
So it's definitely, it's weird. It's sitting on my tongue weird. No, I definitely got the hops there on like the middle of my tongue, and they get a little stronger as you kind of sit on the taste. So that citrusy, dry flavor. I don't know where the biscuits are. I don't really taste biscuits.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember this one. You said what? It's a 4.5% or 6.5?
4.7. The can art is pretty simple. It's like just a really, I guess, like a cream and a light blue background. And then it has a trophy, like a silver trophy with two branches on the side of it. So it's a very simple can art as well. And I didn't even look where they are from. Does it even say on this can? Massachusetts.
Okay.
Medfield, Massachusetts.
So do you think it won a competition?
I don't think it would for me. Like,
right?
It feels like this beer is kind of like, hey, we made an IPA.
Yeah, it's almost like they like they put a crown on it and said it was like a competition beer just to sell it because it's not that good, you know?
Well, I don't even know about that. I feel like they just kind of were like, hey, you know, here's a beer. And then that's it. Like they didn't like it's not like we made a bad beer or we made an excellent beer. We made a beer and here you go. And I mean, like, if it was in a competition for like basic IPA taste,
Yeah.
it would win.
Yeah.
So maybe it won that competition. But
Yeah.
if you were like putting it up against some of the other beers we drank on here with some of these like crazy flavors or like some of these different bodies, I would definitely not pick this again to drink.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to choose out of all the beers we drank, I probably would be like, I don't want to drink that again. Like, I don't know.
That sucks.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's like a fine beer if we were just like chilling in a backyard or something, like, and you had 4 of them and you were just having some beers. Like, it's nothing special kind of thing, it feels like. So I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's a special.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a trophy winner to me.
But for it to be like, I bought it in a 4-pack, right? It's a 16-ounce can.
Mhm.
And you know, you feel like 16-ounce cans, 4-packs, there should be some special sauce with it, you know? And for it to be called what, competition or competitor IPA, was it?
Competitor IPA, yes.
Yeah. Like,
you should be in the competition, bro.
Yeah, like it sounds like it's got some muscle or something, you know? And I never look up beers before buying them. I just go off the label and like what it's called, the name of it. And then I'm like, all right, let me try it. And then I go from that. But when I tried this one before giving it to you guys, I was like, ooh, like, this is not a competitor in the race in any sense. Like, this is last place.
It's not a fan.
It should be called last place IPA.
It should.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, honestly. Like a backyard beer, you don't have that in a 16-ounce can, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you also don't enter your backyard beer into competition either. Like, you're going to enter some weird thing you made or whatever. Like, the best you could make. This is just, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. I'll drink it and I'll enjoy it. But that's what I'm sipping on this evening.
Nice. Bobby, what are you drinking on?
So it's called Crucifixion by Third Civil War or Civil War. It's spelled SERVIL.
Okay.
And it's an IPA. It's 10.6.
Mm.
It's also from Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, I have 3 strong beers. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble toward the end of the show. But let me pop it open because I had this before, but it's very rare you see it in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like it. It's has like a citrusy taste, like very hazy, but it seems to me like the alcohol is like kind of hidden. So it's a scary beer to have because it goes down kind of smooth as well.
Yeah, 10.6 is heavy.
Yeah, so if you're having a good time and you have a couple of these, I mean, you're going to be done. So,
yes.
Yeah, so this is not a bad beer. The cover art of the beer, though, people get mad. So it's always kind of turned around in the store because it's like a guy being crucified on a cross.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's not religious. It's just a guy on the cross, and there's like skulls and stuff like that in the background.
Okay.
So it's like an edgy.
Yeah, super edgy. It's trying to be the edgiest it could be. And I didn't notice it before because the label doesn't go all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of just have the silver side showing. But the guy in the store recommended it to me. And I was like, oh, look at this cover. I guess that's why he turned it around.
It's probably because he's like not able to sell it to anyone else.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, like if you're religious, I'm not buying this beer, right?
Yeah.
So that could offend people for sure.
Or like, what if there's like old ladies walking through and just like turning their hands around and being like, "This is offensive."
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah.
You guys send me a picture of it then. I'd
Yeah,
love to
I'll
see
send
it.
it to you. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you like it?
Yeah, it's really good. I've always, whenever I can get it, I get it. I think it's like $5, so it's not that expensive for a strong beer.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I am drinking on Full Circle Brewing Company presents. It says presents under the brewing company. Illa Vanilla Milkshake IPA weighs
Oh, wow.
in at a 6.5%. It has a skull with like a lightning bolt crack in the top of its head and hops growing out of it, but the skull is melting like an ice cream and there's a cone underneath it holding it. It's really cool looking.
Well,
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
And it's very good. I love vanilla. I just learned, well, I didn't really learn the other day. I've heard this from the grapevine, and then I looked it up because we were talking about it while I was getting tattooed the other day. But vanilla, like flavoring, is from Beaver's Buttholes.
no.
No way.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why do you have to ruin vanilla for everybody?
So is that kind of like the Bacardi rum logo with like it's made of bat guano or whatever?
What?
What?
Yeah, apparently
Are you gonna
Bacardi.
ruin Bacardi too?
The reason why there's a bat logo is because that's how they get the, I don't know, whatever they make the Bacardi with from the bat. I guess poop, guano, whatever you want to call it.
Interesting.
So you're telling me all the 151 I drank in college, I was drinking bat shit?
Yeah, I mean, I did it
Oh
too.
my god.
I'm still
Oh
gonna
my
keep drinking it though. I mean, listen, if you survive that for that long, then
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Probably made you a better person, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, beaver butthole glands. It's not like the butthole, but it's a gland in the butthole.
Yeah.
It has like this musky flavoring that's vanilla,
No.
and
That's
people
wild.
people use it as a flavoring.
No.
I can't say if this Illa Vanilla had
No.
beaver butthole in it, but it tastes damn good.
No.
You know what I
Either way,
want to know? I want to know who was the first person to decide to try that.
right?
That's crazy, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what
oh,
they?
God,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna have vanilla ice cream again.
It's gonna be so weird.
Never. I will never.
I feel
Oh.
like they don't do it all the time.
Yeah, but you don't know when they do it.
Yeah.
So you could either pick and choose and say maybe I'm getting butthole, maybe I'm not, and live with that as you keep going on with whatever you're eating or consuming, or you could just cut out vanilla altogether because really it's kind of lackluster. You know, it's just plain vanilla. So you could just cut it out.
You're just saying that to yourself right now. So you don't eat any more vanilla anything.
I don't usually go for
Vanilla's amazing.
Oh, I'm not a vanilla. Like if you put chocolate and vanilla in front of me, I go for chocolate. I don't choose vanilla usually.
Yeah,
They should
it's
just
like
call
it's
it
like
what
a
it is.
base. It's like you use it for like a base. Yeah,
Absolutely. It's never my go-to. It's a starting point.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry's vanilla beaver butthole gland.
Oh my god. Jerry's beaver butthole. It's got like a cartoon beaver drawn on the little
Yeah.
can.
It's like its butthole and it's looking back at you. You know, it's like, hey.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
And it's got the little tail up in the air.
Yeah.
And then it's got like a little speech bubble where it's like, damn. Only it's spelled like beaver dam, so it's a joke.
Oh, I love
that's awesome.
Oh, there's the Ben and Jerry's. Ben and Jerry's damn good beaver butthole vanilla.
it. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my god, that's got to be something. Someone has to hear that and make that ice cream.
Ben and Jerry's, I am available for hire if you are listening. Ben or Jerry, or both of you.
That might be the title for this podcast.
Yeah, wait, that's great, bro.
Damn, that's
my god.
Damn, that's good beaver butthole.
We have to have like the Ben and Jerry's in front of it because it's licensed by them.
I don't want to get sued by them.
I don't think they're the suing type. They're very nice. They're always donating to things. Good on
That's-
you,
yeah,
Ben
that's
and
good.
Jerry.
Good
to the
job, guys.
Beavers.
Well, cheers to the Beavers, bro.
Yes, cheers. Cling, cling.
Clink, clink, man.
Yeah.
So, what have you guys been up to? Have you had any recent pickups or games that you've been playing? Kelly, do you want to start us off?
I can, yes. Haven't really buy anything. No, not this week. Games I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty multiplayer with my friends in the past week or so. It's just been really nice to get done with whatever I'm doing in the day and kind of just log on and play for a couple hours and just hang out with my friends and work together through some multiplayer. So I've been doing a lot of the just like the regular game modes, and then we played a lot of the zombies game mode, which I'm actually really enjoying a lot. There's a ton of good Easter eggs in there that you can figure out. And it's just like an interesting little storyline that they have developing with it. I won't like spoil anything in case anybody cares, but there's this one Easter egg, and so there's a way to do it, and if anybody's interested, they can ask me and I'll tell you, or you could look it up on YouTube. But it gets you this rare chest drop essentially, so you can get you have a potential to get some rare items out of this chest. And it's just like middle of the match kind of thing. So probably like we usually pull it like wave like 8 or 9 or something like that. So you go around and you shoot some stuff, and then it basically spawns you in this other realm. And you're standing amongst all these zombies surrounding you. And the first time we did this, it's like, oh fuck, we're surrounded. I gotta start shooting. And my friend was like, no, don't shoot. You don't have to shoot them. And I'm like, what do you mean I don't have to shoot them? The whole point of this game is to shoot the zombies. He's like, no. And then I realized all of the zombies are dancing to like this 80s techno music, and they're just vibing out, and it like the neon colors and like flashing lights. And then you see these like 6 zombies just standing together with the chest on their shoulders, and they're doing the little coffin dance beam. And they're just all dancing around to this like techno music for like 2 minutes, and then it just sends you back into the regular realm, and then the chest is there and you get some rare loot. And it was so fucking funny the first time we did it, because I had no clue what to expect. Then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, are these guys actually doing the coffin dance right now? And they were. And so props to you, Call of Duty, you've done it again.
What was the music like?
It was just like some 80s techno. Like it's not a real song or anything.
Like
yeah, kind of like that, and then just like some synths going on, and you're just kind of hanging out with some zombies.
Synths, man.
Yeah, so yeah, it's been pretty cool, and it's been a fun mode to play.
Cool. Bobby, anything that you've been playing? Any pickups? Any new games? Anything?
No pickups. Just for Christmas, I asked everybody who I know who loves me to get me one game each, because I'm not really working right now because the corona.
Yeah.
But so I got Cyberpunk, which I'm playing that now, and I'm playing Marvel Avengers with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Demon Souls, I have Phoenix, Immortal Phoenix Rise, whatever it's called, and Last of Us 2. So I have that at least, to play when I finish these games. But Marvel Avengers is interesting because in the beginning, it was good. Like,
yeah.
All right, so you do the story mode, whatever, that was not bad. Then you do the online. There's like an online story kind of where you could do with your friends. So that was cool. But then once you literally finish the story, now it becomes like Diablo 3, where you just do like, here it's just like you take out hive facilities.
Oh.
Which is similar to like, I guess, a riff in Diablo. So the only point is to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. There's really nothing else to do. So it got real boring.
Oh, so there's like nothing, like you're just maxing with no end in sight.
Yeah, like I'm maxed out and I'm at the highest level. And yeah, and you could die, but you also kick ass. Right. So it's like there's really nothing else to happen other than to pop a trophy, which
Mhm.
people don't really care about, and I kind of don't even want to do it, but it's like a habit of mine now.
Right.
But my brother's like, listen, and the worst thing is we're playing together, but apparently when you play together, the it's not registering what you completed,
Oh,
so it's not counting. So now we have to literally play separate to get items to collect. So that's very annoying. And the game is super glitchy. There's so many times that we had to like reload the map because enemies just wouldn't appear.
Mm-hmm.
Or like we had a boss fight and it was like a pubic hair away of dying.
Oh,
And
wow.
we kept hitting him, he wouldn't die. So that's not like a glitch. So we had to reset and do everything all over again. So that's like, it makes you not want to play the game when it's that bad.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
sucks.
sucks.
So it's frustrating. But Cyberpunk for me has been really fun. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it, but when I first played it, the game downloaded into my external hard drive.
You mentioned it on your podcast, Bobby's World,
Oh,
and I
did?
believe you mentioned it on your other podcast, Unofficial Controller podcast.
I probably did, yeah. My mind's
Yeah,
everywhere.
but either way, I mean, tell our listeners.
Yeah, so basically the first act was fine, but then once I started the second act, I started noticing like texture issues. Like it would take like 7 to 10 seconds for it to load. So it would be
Mhm.
like PS1 graphics to like PS5. Like you could see it like happening in front of you.
Yeah,
And it was kind of taking me out of the game a little bit, but nothing like major glitchy breaking. Every now and then a car would explode, but that's no big deal, whatever. So I pretended that I was getting glitched out from another enemy to pretend that I'm in this world of glitches, just so I
Oh.
can keep playing the game, like in my mind.
Mhm.
And then I don't know what happened, but someone mentioned it like on the Xbox version, like, hey, do you check your SSD? Now you know me, bro. I don't know technical things, so I'm thinking an SSD is the external hard drive, which it's clearly not. But I looked at it and I'm like, oh, Cyberpunk is on my external hard drive. So I just transferred it to the PS5. And it's been smooth sailing ever since, bro.
yeah. So
Like, no issues.
I heard that from your podcast, and I know that you mentioned me in it being like, yeah, Bo's playing on a regular PS4 and he's having no issues. I mean, I haven't played in weeks now
Mm-hmm.
because I was having really bad issues, and I was just sort of waiting for a patch because I love the game. Like, I want to finish it, I want to play it, but I also want to play it where it's not so shitty on me.
Yeah,
and I know with the PS4 it's hard, but after you mentioned that on your podcast, I was like, I need to put it on my hard drive, which I only have like a 500 gigabyte internal hard drive on my PS4, but I have a 2 terabyte external.
Yeah, same.
And so I need to swap some games out. But how easy is it to do that? To like be like, hey, is it just like go to options and move it to hard drive?
Yeah, yeah. You just go to I forgot where, but in settings, I guess it's like storage, and then from storage you'll find external hard drive. You click it, it opens it, and then you have two options: delete or move. And I just highlighted Cyberpunk and I moved it, and it says to where. Obviously, only you can move it to the hard drive, the system. So boom, and beautiful, bro.
And how long did that take it to like transfer?
Maybe 15, 20 minutes. Not that long. Like I did some dishes, took a shower, and I came back and everything was done. So for me, I was like, I will say 15, 20 minutes, not that bad.
Yeah, I need to do that then.
But so far, so good, but I'm really enjoying it. Like, I get where people can see the hate and complain about it, but if you're not having an issue, the game is fun.
What chapter are you at right now?
So main story, I'm just at the Voodoo Boys.
Okay, I haven't gotten that far.
I'm on my third, and it's a side mission, like the third side mission of Pan Am. That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, if that makes sense. I'm not sure. I don't want to give too many spoilers away.
Yeah.
But I'm not that far ahead. I did a lot of gigs. So I played a lot longer probably than most people because I'm doing everything. But main story-wise, I'm not that ahead. I'm probably maybe middle story. Maybe.
Okay.
So yeah, but it's been really fun, dude.
I'm looking up who Pan Am is.
Yeah, she's like a nomad.
The main. Okay.
Yeah. So apparently, depending how you do her storyline, I think she might be like one of the endings. I'm not really sure. I didn't really Google it too much. I don't want to spoil it myself, but she's one of the main endings you could branching path I think you could take. So
cool. Yeah, I actually had one female voice actor or actress from Cyberpunk. I forget what character she plays, like an older woman in Cyberpunk. She added me on Instagram, and I was like, "This is
no
pretty
way."
Cool. Yeah, I was like, "This is cool."
Oh, that is dope.
Rush with fame.
Fame,
right?
bro.
Fucking famous, yo. about to quit this fucking podcast.
All right,
famous.
I'm your host, Kelly.
Oh man, that's funny, dude.
Yeah, for me, this past weekend, actually, Sunday, I had a really nice pickup. I found a Wii U with a bunch of Wii games on Craigslist, of all places. I still get notifications for anything Nintendo in my emails, and I woke up at like 3 a.m. to take a pee, and I checked my emails, and I saw that there was a Wii U up for $50 plus a bunch of games.
Wow.
And I emailed her, and I was like, I will take this tomorrow. Thank you. Email me back. And then there was another email notification, and it was a DS with a bunch of games for $5. And it looked like the same. It looked like the same carpet, and I was like, if this is the same person that has a Wii U, I will take both of these tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good night. And they posted it at like 1 a.m. So I only emailed them, 2 hours later, but it was still 3 a.m. And I sort of forgot about it. Didn't check my email until 4 p.m. And they emailed back at noon being like, hey, I can meet you at the store at 4 p.m. And I'm like, fuck, it's like 10 minutes before 4. So I emailed them right away. I was like, hey, I'll meet you, but I want to hear back from you. So just give me a call or a text. Here's my phone number. And they texted me like an hour later, and they're like, hey, sorry, miscommunication. I was like, no, it's my bad. Met up with her. Super nice. Picked those 2 items up with all the games for $55. And before I left, I was like, do you have any other video games? Like I saw there was like another grocery bag of like, it looked like DVD cases in her trunk. And she's like, well, I have these, but I was going to take them to GameStop to get cash. And I was like, well, can I look at them? And she's like, yeah. And it was like all the good Wii games that you want. And I only had an extra $50 on me, $50 bill, but it was well over, like 100 plus worth of games. And I was like, I'll give you $50. And she's like, well, I priced them out and it should be like $100 cash. I was like, I don't think GameStop's taking Wii games anymore, which I'm pretty sure that's truthful.
Really?
It's pretty, it's a very slim, the actual Wii titles that they are taking anymore, because I always look up trade-in values and GameStop's price that they're asking for things before I sell them as well. So yeah, there's I had a ton of Wii games, and probably 90% of them were not even on the trade list.
Yeah. No, there we go. There's our first sound. Is that you,
Unbelievable.
Bobby?
Yeah, bro. Welcome to my world, bro.
Yeah. It's Bobby's World podcast now. Precisely.
That's unbelievable, bro. Jesus Christ, dude. But in reality, though, would she have even gotten $100 from GameStop? I doubt it.
No.
Maybe. I mean,
she might have gotten 40.
It was like, it was all the good games. It was like Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Mario Party, Sonic and Mario or something.
Yeah, but even a lot of those are still trading in at less than $10 or less.
Yeah, I think Mario Party was the biggest one that she had to post a note for that was like $20 cash, which I was like,
that would be accurate. Yeah. Because it's like a $30 game, so they're kind of trading that.
Oh wow.
Either way, I was happy that she was like, yeah, I guess. Like, I was like, I'm saving you the trip, and I'm pretty sure they're not taking Wii games. Like, they're only taking PS4 and Xbox games nowadays and Switch. And she's like, okay, and she was cool with it, brought it home, posted it up, like already made my money back on a few eBay sales and some Instagram sales, which was nice. I have someone interested in the Wii U console, and I went to check it out, and it works completely fine. but their profile's still on it. And I'm like, let me try to get this off. There's a parental PIN number that you need.
No.
So I messaged her, texted her the next day after buying it. I was like, hey, there's a 4-digit PIN number. I need to delete this. Can I get it if you remember it? And she's like, let me ask my husband. And I didn't hear back like in a half an hour worth of time. So I sent her a video of showing her like, hey, I'm going to the settings. I'm literally just trying to delete your content, like your children's content or whatever, which is just like their face, their me profiles or whatever. Like there's not credit cards or anything on it. But like if I'm selling something to someone that's like this new, I want it to be like a fresh slate for them.
Yeah.
You know? And so I show it to her and she calls me and she's like, so it's probably like one of 3 different PIN numbers that we use for everything. And we're not comfortable giving that to you. And I was like, I totally understand, but it is just for this. So I can delete your shit, but that's fine. And she's like, can we meet up? Like, I'm willing to come to your house this week. And try the PIN numbers because we forget what it actually is and we just don't want to give you all these numbers, you know?
Let's check that. Okay.
So can we come to your house and try it to delete the content? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So they're coming over tomorrow after I get off work and I'm going to bring the Wii U downstairs so they don't have to like come upstairs and see all the video game stuff. Cause like I have all their games in my living room, like priced out right now. And I'm not trying to put it away because I need to list them. So either way, doing that, and that was a great pickup.
There was a way on the old Wii to reset it without having the code. Do they still do that on the Wii U?
No. So you either need the 4-digit PIN, but if you forget the 4-digit PIN, you can go to parental controls and type in the answer to a question, and the question was, what did you call your first pet?
Oh boy.
And she wasn't going to give me that either. So
it's like it's like a major security question.
Yeah, I know. So it's just like, I'm not a scammer. I'm not trying to scam you, but I totally understand, and I really appreciate you actually calling me and wanting to like resolve this in the proper way, because like I don't want to have your any information, even if it's a me on this console. I was like, like just to tell you, like my Wii U that I bought used still has the original owner's content on it because they never got back to me. So I'm just a guest on this other person's Wii U console, and I can't even sign onto like my Nintendo. Yeah, which
so you can't like factory reset or hard reset.
Nope.
That's wild. Wow.
It's like, it's a weird Nintendo thing because I think Nintendo just doesn't really want you to like resell things either. Like they want to make money.
That's true too.
Saying I'm a guest on my own Wii U console sounds like some weird Midwest emo lyric. Like you would hear some guy in a bathroom with an acoustic guitar, like lightly screaming into the microphone while he's kind of crying, like, and I'm a guest on my own Wii U console, and you can't even open your heart to my gamepad.
Oh my god, that's great. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's like straight up 2006 MTV too.
That's what made me think of.
I love it.
That's great.
That's amazing. As for games that I've been playing, though, so Kelly got me a PS3. Well, I bought a PS3 off of you for like
one, and I gave it to you for a decent deal. Yeah,
for really cheap. And this PS3 is backwards compatible. So I've been playing. So I've been playing PS2 games on it. Wireless controller, HDMI, it's just amazing. So I've been trying a bunch of stuff out, and I had my buddy Zerb over, who's been on the podcast like way back when, and we played this game called Heavenly Guardian for the PS2, and it's like an arcade beat 'em up, but more like Pocky and Rocky for the Super Nintendo. You're two mages, like two female mages that look exactly the same, but like different like color hair or something. and you have like a magic attack that, you know, just like goes and hits enemies. But when enemies die, sometimes they drop power ups that then you have like extra power attacks that like range farther, or like multiple projectiles, and it just like keeps going like that. So you like run through the world and just constantly like wrecking enemies until you get to the boss. And it gets hard. Like, we never completed the first level, and we died a shit ton of times that we're like, we need to turn this off before we break something. But it's so much fun. Like, we were definitely getting better each time we died. But every time both of us died, you had to start the whole level over again. And it just sort of got too repetitive. We're like, even though we're progressing in the game, we don't want to keep playing the same thing over and over again. But either way, it was a lot of fun. And then, we then played We Love Katamari together, which Kelly, you and I have played We Love Katamari together
Yes.
the other day as well, which is an amazing co-op game, or can be a co-op game, like Katamari Damacy, which Kelly and I just did a happy hour podcast. It's not released yet. We'll give the deets on that when the time comes. The sequel to it is called We Love Katamari, and it's pretty much the fans of Katamari Damacy made this game, like, quote unquote, made this game, and they're in this game, and they're like, hey, we want you to roll up this now for us with your Katamari ball. But what's great about this game is that you can play 2-player and roll up the same Katamari ball. So we're both in control on 2 PS2 controllers, 1 Katamari ball. So you have to work together, rolling straight, right, left, and talk to each other, being like, hey, we got to go this way or go that way. Like, if someone's trying to roll right, another person's pushing left, you're not going to move anywhere, you know?
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah,
and
that sounds cool.
Yeah, and in co-op mode, it adds like an extra 2 or 3 minutes per level. So if you're both really good at it, you can like dominate a level, 100% it eventually. And yeah, like, we had so much fun, Kelly, right?
I agree. I'm still stuck on the fact that you said 2 PS2 controllers, 1 Katamari ball, and that hasn't been made into some smutty internet video yet.
Yeah, I just got that.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's funny, dude.
That's where I'm at. No, but it's such a fun game. It's so fun. I really enjoy that game. I enjoy all the Katamari games, but that one is really fun to play.
It's a special one, yeah.
2-player.
Is there like a one of you more dominant? Because I know, like, when I played Overcooked, I was like, listen, Eva, you just have to just call the shots, bro. You want chicken? I got you. I can't.
Yeah.
We both can't be yelling things out.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she gives me orders, I'm like, copy, no doubt.
I thought you meant like control wise, like first player's more dominant in the controller.
Oh
like,
yeah, I meant like anyone, like a leader, I guess, of the team.
Me, because it was my house.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was your house, and it was your save file.
Okay.
We're kind of rolling off of your stuff. So,
and I think it was the first time that you played multiplayer.
No, I played it before with you, but it's been a while.
Yeah, and that might have been on the kiosk. Like,
it was on the kiosk.
Yeah, like we weren't like sitting down, and yeah,
that sounds.
It's
dope,
better
though.
on a big screen.
It is.
So like, just see it.
That PS3 is a nice quality too. It's like, it makes a huge difference, and it gives me a little bit of FOMO, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's super good. Besides that, though, I played a little bit of Tulip, which is a rare, weird game for the PS2, where it's sort of like Harvest Moon. You move to a town, you're a poor boy. Everyone in the town calls you a poor boy, which is weird. You just go and talk to people. You do little quests. There's no fighting or anything, but the objective of the game is to kiss people. And triangle is to kiss, and you can kiss anyone, and they'll smack the shit out of you until you like grow your heart relationship with them. and it's fucking weird. And it's one of those old PS2 games, or like even like PS1 or Super Nintendo did it, where it has those same background sound effects that keep going and going.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife was sitting next to me and she's like, how can you fucking play this game? You need to fucking turn this off. Because it's just like this fucking chicken or rooster being like,
Yeah, that
like
could be annoying.
over and over again, the same sounds. And it was annoying me, but I was like, I'm getting somewhere in the game. Like, I don't even know where this chicken is yet, but had to turn it off. Still cool concept. I like it. I want to play it. I just can't play it while she's around.
So as you kiss people, you gain relationships with them.
No, you have to like do things before you.
Oh,
can
and
kiss
then
them.
kiss them. Okay, copy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has to be a consensual move.
Yeah.
I like that.
Is there like a fear of mono in this game or no?
A what?
Is there a fear of mono? Like, can you like? Okay, that's good.
No, but like, you can get smacked. Like, you only start off with like 5 heart points, and you can get smacked and like lose 2 heart points, and then you can try to kiss again and lose 2 more, and you're left at 1, and then you have to go back to your house that you just moved to, and your poor dad is there, and he's like, "Oh, I see your heart's a little broken. Well, just know that your dad still loves you," and then you recover your hearts, and it's sort of weird.
That's But, I was like, if there was like a survival aspect of it, if you caught mono, you would just slowly lose life every now and then.
No, it's not like a poison or anything.
That'd be dope though. But it sounds cool, man. I will definitely Google this when we're done with this podcast.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Chulip.
You guys always play games I never heard of.
Yeah, CHULIP.
Is it making for a good social stand-in during all of our quarantining? Is that how you're getting your socialization?
No.
Kissing random people on this video game. Since we can't do that in real life, we can't even be near 6 feet of somebody else.
Bro, you can't even give someone a hug now. And if you cough, God forbid, dude, they're yelling at you. At least here in New York, they don't want nothing to do with you.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I would definitely
like somebody sneezed, and it was like, oh my God. Like, okay, sorry, I sneezed. I'm sorry. You have to like immediately apologize, or you're gonna get death threats.
I'm usually okay as long as they were appropriately wearing their mask, because then I know, hey, that's not a problem. But if they're over there sneezing and they got their nose out, I'm like, I'm running to the other side of Target. Like, never mind. I guess I didn't need that. I'll be seeing you later.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it, like, for Halloween in 2021, vaccine or no vaccine, if we're able to do like haunted houses, you just need people like coughing and sneezing when you enter, and you'll be scared shitless.
It was a terrifying thing. Forget a chainsaw, bro. Someone sneezing, you got your
I'm fucking running, right?
Holy shit, that's great.
But back to Chulip. It's the developers are Onion Games, and they developed the PS1 game called Moon, which just recently came out to the Switch that I was playing. And I looked them up and I was like, I want to play more of their games, which the only other game was Chulip by them, and really good. I actually ended up buying 2 copies and sold the one and paid for the other copy because the prices went up as soon as Moon came out and people started playing it, and they were like, I want to play more of these games. And I was lucky enough to get 2 copies for $100 and sold the one for almost $200. So
dope.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. That's how you do it, peeps.
That is how you do it.
And then I got a brand new Game Boy game called Quest Arrest, which I found on Instagram. It was a sponsored ad, actually. Someone developed a brand new Game Boy game, original Game Boy game. So it's like Pokemon with the battle mechanics, but you're a cop taking down thugs and bad guys and doing like mini quests. And you can either be a good cop by arresting people and just tasing them and pepper spraying them, like non-lethal things, or you can turn into a bad cop by shooting them and killing them and not arresting them. So depending if you're good or bad depends on how NPC characters will talk to you in the game then. Or like your credibility will rise in a positive way or a negative way within the game that allows you to do certain quests or, you know, takes you out of doing certain quests. So like this one bad guy that I went up to, I've been playing as good cop, just arresting everyone, haven't killed anyone, minus one person jumped off of a bridge while I was talking to him. I don't think that there was any way that I could have saved him. I think that was like part of the storyline. And either way, I was able to arrest this bad guy without even going into battle because my credibility was so positive, which is cool. So for a Game Boy game and Game Boy graphics, this game is very immersive. Like it has a lot to do with it. I've only played like 2 hours of it, and I feel like it might only be like a 4 to 5 hour game, but I'm pretty impressed with it, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds really in depth for a Game Boy game, bro. Sounds
Yeah.
cool too. Yeah, it does really sound good.
Yeah, so look it up, Quest Arrest.
Like, how do people make a game like that and like they're able to put it on Game Boy without any issues? I know it's like a ROM hack, but how do they get it to work?
There's like a free Game Boy Maker like website, I think, or program. I think it's just called GB Maker. Oh, it's called GB Studio. So if you go to gbstudio.dev, it's a quick and easy to use drag and drop retro game creator for your favorite handheld video game system.
Oh, wow.
So I'm pretty sure you can build your own sprites in it, but a lot of people have made games recently in this, and it's like a beta type thing. The Dragonborn, which was a game that I bought like last month, they use GB Studio as well. So it's pretty cool that people are doing stuff with it, and you know, Game Boy still lives on with a bunch of new games.
Yeah, that's dope.
Should release a Precisely game for Game Boy.
What would it look like?
Platformer, obviously.
Mhm.
And
You drink beers, you collect beer bottles.
I was going to say you're collecting the beer bottles, and you're probably going to be the little skeleton guy, and you have to just jump through levels and collect beer bottles in places of like what coins would be or something.
Would it be cool if you could play as either one of you, but you all have your pros and cons?
Oh.
You get life through the beer bottle, but then you have to rescue, and it could be a different theme, maybe for like some of your favorite guests on the show, and you have to go to that level and rescue that guy, and then he's, you know, he'll talk about how awesome you guys are when you rescue him on your podcast.
Oh, I like that.
That's
so
dope.
like your level, Bobby, the big boss would be a beaver's butthole or something. It'd be like squirting out vanilla at us or something.
It's just a tub of vanilla ice cream.
That'd be awesome, dude.
2 controllers, 1 Katamari ball.
Yeah, think of it like Mario 2, like our Mario.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, one can jump high, one can, like, I don't know, glide. I don't know.
Peach floats. Yeah.
If Bo collects too many beer bottles, he becomes off center.
I just yeah.
You could lose your balance too. That'd be awesome.
He just starts walking backwards 2 steps every 1 step he takes forward.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Like if the controls
awesome.
mess up on you, like you push forward, but I'm actually going right. You know.
Yeah.
What game was that did that? That utilized that?
Well, a couple games if you got poisoned or sick or a dizzy spell, like up would be down, left would be right.
Yeah. Change it up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I can't think right now on top of my head, but
I can't think of it either. But
I've played games where like you got hit with a dizzy spell, something like that.
Yeah. All right, Bobby. Before we do an interview, do you want to crack open your second beer and tell us about it?
Yeah. So I'm unfamiliar with this beer, and I actually got it thanks to you guys because I figured, you know what? I'm going to be on a podcast talking about beer and video games. So I contacted a local brewer who has a brewery over here, like, I don't know, 20 minutes away from my house, 15 minutes away from my house. And I randomly just IG messaged him like, hey, I'm going to be on a podcast. I sent him the link. So, you know, I'm not lying. and I was like, it'd be pretty cool to talk about a local beer from New York, blah blah blah. So he sent me this. It's called Iconic, and it's it's called Brewery, and this beer is called Chronic, but it's spelled CHRONYC.
Which is like you, sort of.
Yeah, and actually the beer is spelled ICONYC, so it uses the Y instead of the I. And
Hell
this
yeah.
is it's a triple pale ale. It's 7.7%, and it has it's made with hemp seed. So
Ooh.
I'm unfamiliar with the weed game, but I don't know how they make it at all. I don't even know how they make beer, to be honest with you. I just like to drink them. But this beer actually is very good. You can taste like grapefruit, kind of like, and it's not like strong tasting. Kind of goes down smooth too, which is also dangerous. But for the first time having it, I think it's great. And I'm not just saying that because he gave it to me. I'm saying it because I would definitely try to get this one. They had another one I saw that was like 12.5. But like I said before, like he doesn't really. It's only available at the brewery, so he's trying to get them to come to the local store, which is why I never saw this. I only saw it because a restaurant near me, they got a keg, and that's how I got the idea to let me contact this guy because where can I buy your beer? So he was grateful enough to give me some. I'm like, oh wow, thank you, I appreciate it, man.
So you never talked to the guy beforehand?
Never in my life. I just said, you know what? If you don't do it, you're never gonna know an answer. So I said,
Exactly.
if he says yes, fine. If he says no, that's cool too. No big deal. Can't lose, right? So you have to do it.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There we go, Kelly. We are the official Evergreen Brewing Company podcast, just so everyone knows.
100%,
We're preemptively saying this because we're going to contact them tonight or tomorrow or maybe next week because we drank enough of their beer and talk about it on this podcast.
Honestly, worst case scenario, they say no.
They say no.
No big deal. But
we'll still buy their beer.
And then we edit that sentence out.
Yes.
And if you get it, you get it. So, good luck to you. I hope you guys get it, bro. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be. So can you taste the hemp seed in it?
See, I don't know, bro. I don't even know what hemp is.
Is it a little dank?
Yeah, you know what?
It's a little seedy, actually.
Towards the end, I get like the dankness for sure. In the beginning, though, it's like it's almost like a grapefruit, a grapefruit you spit into it. So yeah, the dankiness happens towards the end of, I guess, when it goes down.
What's it smell like?
It kind of smells like a little bit like I don't know. It's for sure you can smell marijuana. What type of strain? I wouldn't say skunk weed, but
yeah, that's
you can smell it for sure. Am I gonna get high off this? I have no idea. We'll find out.
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
No. I know back in the day, if you try to get like a dime bag off of like some like high school kid and you were younger than them and they gave you a bunch of hemp seeds, you weren't getting high, you were getting a headache. So,
bro, I never did weed in my life, bro. Isn't that crazy?
Obviously, when you say that type of sentence, you definitely did not. I never did weed in my life.
Never, bro.
I never did one weed.
Never
did
never one,
weed.
never two.
I got maybe contact high from the bars before they stop smoking
Definitely
in
not.
bars.
No,
No, right?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, okay. I try to be cool, but it is what it is.
So I just
smelled it. I've smelled it. I know what it is.
I've smelled it. The kid upstairs smokes it. So, like in the summertime when he was home, we were like, "Bro, this weed is I know this was cheap ass weed." He's a college kid, so
yeah,
you could smell when it smells good. Okay, I guess you spend money on that. I mean, you're getting skunk weed, which you spend $10. I don't know.
No, skunk is good.
Oh, it is good.
Yes,
But it smells bad.
well, it smells like a skunk. Skunk is good.
Oh, okay. There you go, bro. Learning. See, I have no idea.
See, my mom used to think back when I was in high school, she used to think I was getting sprayed by the same neighborhood skunk every time I came home. She was certain that this one skunk was after me.
Dude, she was buying Campbell's tomato soup at like Costco.
No,
It's
Bro.
like, damn, my son keeps getting sprayed by skunks, tomato baths every night.
he thought there was this like really asshole skunk in our neighborhood that like sprayed the hell out of me every day.
That is
Every-
absolutely
every-
hilarious,
Yeah,
bro.
every night I came home. Yeah, she was like, "That skunk got you again." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go up into my room. Leave me alone."
Mm-mm.
See, I know my sister did weed for sure.
Yeah.
I think my little sister also did it. And she actually asked me, "Hey, you want to do weed together?" I was like, "Nah, I'll drink with you, no doubt. I'm not gonna do the weed, bro."
Man,
I feel like if I want to do it though, I want to eat it.
no, you don't.
I don't
No, it'll get you way too stoned.
really. Like how long?
Yeah.
Well, you won't know unless you make it. You don't really know like how much is, even when you do make it, you don't really know how much is.
Yeah,
Because my father,
You're kind of guessing.
yeah.
I like okay. Growing up, I know my father always had like a bowl, like a clear bowl, or like a silver bowl in the dining room table, and I always thought it was potpourri growing up. Because my mom had potpourri back in the 80s, bro. Potpourri everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. My parents had potpourri.
I thought it was that. Apparently, my father was a huge pothead, dude. I had no idea. I had no idea. So my sister had apparently all his books from like the 70s and 80s how to make the shit. So she would make her own brownies, but I never did it. And I feel like, man, maybe I should have did it back then. Because now, if I want to do it, I want to do it in the comfort of my house because I have no idea how I would react.
You're telling me that your mom had potpourri all over your house in the 80s, and your dad had potpourri all over your house in your 80s.
Like that's why if you look at my home videos, like bro, either I'm super hyper just because I'm hyper kid, or I was acting crazy because I was stoned. I have no idea. Who knows?
No, you weren't stoned.
I wasn't, right?
No.
Well, that's a true story. Like, I mean,
I believe it.
I've seen videos like, "Oh, look, potpourri." My mom was like, "Dude, that's not potpourri. You're stupid."
No, I remember my parents having potpourri in almost every room. There was like a jar, an open jar of potpourri. What is up with that? I haven't thought about potpourri in the longest time.
Bro, potpourri and doilies was like part of my life growing up.
That was the thing then.
It was a doily for everything.
What are doilies?
A doily is like a small, like decorative.
Like
no, it's like a decorative napkin, I guess, but like thick. You could put like usually have like a plant. You would put like a little doily under it so you don't scratch the table, something like that.
It's usually white lace.
Yeah, exactly some kind of intricate design.
Yeah.
They were all over my house, bro. My Nintendo was on top of a doily.
Yeah.
That's how you know
funny.
you made it.
That's wild, bro.
You don't want the Nintendo scratching up whatever wood it was underneath it. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't real wood at all. It was like definitely like 95% not wood. Whatever entertainment center you got from Sears was
like
not
I remember my mom was like, "Oh, I got you some doilies for Christmas." It was like a couple years ago. I'm like, "Who uses this, bro?"
Wait, she got you doilies for Christmas?
She got me like she thought it was cute. Yeah, like
that's funny.
Oh, you could put it under the vase in your dining room. I'm like, no, not really. I have a runner. It's 2019, Mom. We're not using doilies.
Yeah, right.
Her house is full of doilies, but not mine. Sorry, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting that was her choice.
It's just a random like stocking stuffer. I'm like a doily.
I don't know. I'm now rethinking my entire design of my game room. Every console is going to have its own specific toy. Each one is going to be hand embroidered. It'll have a little PlayStation logo, a little Xbox logo.
Bro, this could be something, dude. This could be something.
No, it can't.
I'm not gonna lie. If you make a Precisely podcast doily, I'll buy it.
All right.
I'll put on I got plenty of stuff I could put on top of it, so we're good.
Yeah, but the thing is, you wouldn't know that it was precisely when something's on it. It would just
you make it big enough for like a beer to go on top. So forget a coaster, bro. Fuck coasters. Get a doily, a little thick doily. Put a little embroidery.
Thick doily.
Yeah, Precisely podcast. Boom. I'll fucking rock it, dude.
Yeah, you just have like the little logo on like the outer rim there between the beer can and the lacing on the edge.
Yes.
That'd be sick.
That'd be dope.
Cool. All right.
Look for doilies coming to the merch store soon.
We might have to get our moms to make the doilies or something. I
I
don't know.
don't think my mother ever owned a doily, ever. I don't know.
You're a lucky one then.
Mom, who maybe would listen to this, you can let me know if you ever own. I don't ever remember a doily in our home at all. I do remember potpourri though, but not.
Yeah,
doily.
I'm pretty sure we had doilies under the potpourri. So
No.
yeah.
Classic, bro.
All right. Well, my second beer that I'm drinking is Schalafly. SCHLAFLI. Y, not I. Y.
Mm-hmm.
Schalafly Brewing Company. The St. Louis Brewing LLC. I think it's Schalafly. It's a wintry haze IPA. It's a 6.0% alcohol. On their website, it says the whiteout, an occurrence so cold and hazy that there's almost zero visibility. We blend malt, wheat, and oats with pounds of experimental hops for a beer that results in a whiteout that can only put you in a glass. Nope, I read that wrong. In a whiteout that you can put in a glass. The winter storm packs a massive wave of juicy hop flavor. And food pairings, entree, blackened ahi tacos,
Ooh.
cheese, cambazola. I don't think that's a cheese. Dessert, caramel, apple tart. But yeah, it's good. It's like a wintry IPA. It reminds me of Blizzard of Hops a little bit.
What was
A
the
little bit
difference again?
smoother. It's called Wintry Haze IPA from Schalafly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. First time I've seen it at the beer store, so I picked it up.
Like,
So-
you guys have, like, I know my boy lives in New Jersey. He's got, like, a Bottle King. They have, like, loads of stuff in there. You guys have something like that in your neighborhood or no?
So we have beer distributors.
Yeah, they're all like named after like the men that own them, I think.
Basically, or like the area that it's in, or like some of them are just called like queso beer or something like that. Something
Like
ridiculous.
the one right by my house is called Glenn Miller's.
Okay.
So I'm sure Glenn owns it.
Owns it.
Mr. Miller.
Yeah, Westie's is another one that's close to us. I know an old lady that's like 95 years old owns it, and she comes in there and like takes out the cash register and takes all the cash from it. I've seen that happen before. It's fun.
Wow.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
No, it's a little different everywhere, but in Pennsylvania, you could for a long time you could only buy beer at beer distributors, but now they're starting to sell beer and wine in grocery stores and at gas stations and things like that now. So we're kind of moving into the current 2021 year with everybody else, but before that we were still living in like 1800s.
Yeah, but it's always been privatized though.
Yes.
When it comes to beer, when it comes to a certain low ABV percent, which is probably like under 15% or whatever, like wine is considered. It's all privatized, so anyone can like buy their own beer license to sell beer, whereas liquor or wine has to be sold through the state at state stores. Yeah.
So
they're not combined ever.
Okay.
No.
See,
so I can. Well, unless I go to the grocery store, I can't go get a bottle of wine and a case of beer. I mean, like I still can't buy a case of beer at the grocery store. I could buy like a 12-pack or something, but like it's interesting that they have to keep these things separate.
That is interesting. See, I feel like as long as I can remember buying beer, it was always in the supermarket, and you had like the typical cheap wines in the supermarket as well. But then we have liquor stores like every block over here, and there's a bodega near me that does like craft beer. So that's how I get all my like beer I never heard of. I try it, but there was an old mattress store by my house, and they shut down because of the coronavirus. And I was going for a walk the other day, and I saw it. It's going to be a brand new beer distributor, which is interesting because the only ones I know of are like in the Bronx where I used to live, and they would have everything there for super cheap because you're buying it right from them wholesale. But this would be interesting because I'm like the mattress store is massive, so if they're going to sell all types of beer, I can only imagine they'll have almost everything you can think of. Because
Oh yeah.
I love Delirium, and I always want to get Delirium Red. So whenever I see it, I buy it. But when I ask the bodega for it, they'll get it for you, no problem. But you're gonna pay for it. So for a 4-pack, it's like $45. I'm like, I like it. I'm not paying $5 for it. I'll just get the regular Delirium,
Right.
for like 20.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. But interesting how different cities and states do their thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing I just thought of is like we couldn't buy anything less than basically cases at beer distributors, or I think it was 12 packs or cases. You couldn't buy 6-packs, you couldn't buy singles, you couldn't do mix of sixes at the beer distributor until a couple years ago.
Oh my God, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we could only buy, like, if you wanted a beer, you could only buy like 36 of them at a time. You couldn't buy 6 of them. Like, you couldn't go in and be like, I'll take 6 Miller Lights. I'll just take 6-pack, for the weekend. You'd be like, here, you have to buy this fucking 37-ton case of Miller Lite, and you have to drink all of it. Yeah. So it used to be kind of expensive to enjoy some of these more local craft brews because you could only buy them, in like a case format or something like that back then. And also, I mean, obviously there weren't as many as there are now, but we would have never been able to just like get all these different beers because we would have been working through 36 of the same beer.
I'm sure it's scary to try something new if you can only buy that amount. I'd be like, I will go with what I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know in the supermarket, I don't know if you can just take a single out and mix it, but in the bodega here, you could do whatever you want. They even have like the random 6-pack holders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just have a ball. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
That's how it is here in beer distributors too. It's like that. But yeah, Kelly's right. It wasn't like that, and I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I want to say maybe even like at the beginning, like when I turned 21, I don't even remember
like 5 years ago.
Sixes. Yeah, I don't even remember. Listen, I'll take that compliment and I'll roll with it.
Beautiful.
But no, I don't even remember mix of sixes being a thing until like maybe a year or two later.
I agree.
Yeah. And there was like a specific place that did mix of sixes. Like there was a building near my college. Like it was like a 20-minute drive or something. And they like literally specialized in mix of sixes. And that was the only place you could go to get them. So we would go because they had all these craft beers. You could do a mix of 6. And we were like really stoked on it because that wasn't a thing. And then obviously it went out of business because everyone has mix of sixes now.
Yeah.
But like somehow they could do it. I don't know. But
that's wild.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, let's get into the interview with you, Bobby.
All right.
Even though we've learned so much about you already.
Truly.
So you are a host of 2 amazing podcasts that I'm a regular listener to. Can you tell us a little bit about each one and why people should listen to them?
All right. Well, my podcast, I'm happy you love it. I appreciate it. It's super mediocre. Like I don't really have like a format. I just go with what I think about. I might have a little idea, make a little note, but then that might not even be read because once I start talking, bro, it's gonna just happen, right?
You're a talker. You're a New Yorker.
Definitely. So I'm just going to talk about whatever it is. It's definitely video game related, but I also talk about random topics. So if you want to just hear, I don't know, like funny stories or things I'm playing or thinking about, then Bobby's World Podcast, I guess, is going to be for you. I think I'm funny. I might not be funny. I don't know, but
I think you are.
I appreciate it. I try.
I think when it comes to Bobby's World's, what is it? Bobby World's Podcast?
Yeah, with underscores. I'm underscore king. I can't stop it.
Yeah, you are.
My email. You saw my emails. I just can't.
Yeah. Bunch of underscores.
Bro.
So when it comes to Bobby World's Podcast, it's just you being real. It's you talking to yourself, by yourself the whole time, but you can keep a conversation going by yourself for an hour, which I don't know if I can, like I've done one podcast by myself and I think I lasted 25 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah. Like I can't do this.
like in the beginning, well, and not to sound because I'm on your podcast, but like when you started talking about games with Tony in the beginning, I was like, wow, that's really interesting. Like, and then obviously, the Ghost, he did his own, and I'm like, okay, I like how you guys talk about games, but you're so different. Like, I could talk about games too. Let me just see, who would even listen. So I just tried mine, but I was super nervous. I think the first episode you heard, you mentioned it. You were like, "Are you playing a video game in the background?" Like I had the music on, and I'm like, "Yeah," because
Oh
I was
yeah.
so nervous. My heart was pounding. I was like, Then the second episode, I'm looking at my cat. Like, okay, just don't move, bro. Let me look at you and talk to you, and I'll be okay. Then you told me about like Zoom and whatever. So what I do is I Zoom myself to look at myself on the laptop, like I'm talking to somebody.
Interesting.
And I'm like, okay, so now I'm like, I can see I'm talking to myself, even though I'm thinking to somebody else. And then once I forget, I'm just talking to myself, I feel like more at ease and I can say what I want. I don't want to be vulgar, but I do drop curses in there. I sound like, I'm not going to be super disgusting, but it is what it is. It's just how I think about things. And they could be totally wrong. It's just my opinions on things. So,
I like it.
I
love
appreciate it, bro. So I
feel like
appreciate that.
it's very like raw and very truthful, and it reminds me of like the 90s in some sort of way. Like I feel like a New Yorker's attitude is like 90s, early 2000s. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it how it is type shit.
Yes. So
where like everything now, if you're not in New York, I'm guessing, and maybe New York is like this now, but you're not. But like everything now is very PC and politically correct culture. And not to say that you're not politically correct, but you just say it how it is. And you don't really care if someone's judging you by saying like, yeah, that girl had a big ass back in the day and I danced with her and it was fun. Like you just said how it was. Like you didn't have to think about it. And like I appreciate that. Like
and
what it is. It's how we felt back then, Yeah,
exactly. Like I got a lot of wild stories, but now I'm gonna tell the story. I don't care. I'm just very self-conscious of the name, so I'll just change a name. So I remember one time I was telling a story. I named the guy Juan, and then he was Jose, and my friend was like, "Who the hell is the other guy?" I'm like, "Oh, it's the same guy. I just forgot what I called him." Because I don't want to say his name, and then he might get mad, or I have a wife, because all my friends now are married with kids. I don't want to say something they did back in the day,
Yeah,
that's a mistake. So you have to be so conscious of that. I'm not trying to be like a shock jock. I'm just going to say a story. Oh, well, okay, this was Adam. Let me call him Alex, or let me call him Jim. I don't know anybody named Jim, but who knows? No one knows that actually, so that's fine.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Now we know that you don't know anybody named Jim.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. So it's out there, guys.
The truth has come out.
And then as far as the Unofficial Controller podcast, it's a podcast I listen to because which was weird was it was like recommended from listening to you. It was like, oh, if you listen to Precisely, check out these other podcasts.
Where were you listening on?
Like, on Spotify.
Interesting.
And on the bottom, it had like, because you listen to Precisely, you may listen to this. So there was a couple,
you hear that, George?
Yeah. So it was on, it's free. It was on that. He was on. It was Unofficial Controller. It was like an IGN thing and something else. I'm like IGN. I'm like like that's just so famous. I'm just tired of that.
Yeah.
Like, a local podcast is dope because they're not going to just say it because they're getting paid. You guys are doing it for fun and you like doing it.
Yeah, it's a different take on it. I feel like.
So when I listened to that, I didn't really understand that they had a whole like local vibe about it, and I thought they were talking about like a town in England. It was just really like a satire from their friends and stories, and they had like a nice structure. Like, okay, here's the news, here's the feature, here's the guest comments. Peace out.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. And then the co-host Tom, he has a young kid. He's married, has a demanding job, and I think it was just too much time for him to take out to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to do it one day. And then randomly, I was talking, like I talked to you. I was talking to George. I got to know you guys, and he was like, "Hey, you want to do me a big favor? Can you just come on the show as a guest?" I was super nervous. I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." So I knew the show's format, so I wasn't that nervous.
And you were already doing Bobby's World, right?
Yeah, I was already doing Bobby's World, and which he's also a fan of, so I appreciate that. And then I was super nervous, and he was like, "No, listen, just don't worry about it. It is what it is. You know the format. Let's just go. I'll do a quick one." And it was kind of quick compared to what it was. My girlfriend gets mad because we could definitely talk. Like, I guarantee you, if we're not, you and me could talk a bunch with Kelly for sure.
Yeah,
we have a life, we have a time limit. So me and George started talking. It came good. You know, Tom came back. Then Tom officially left, and then he officially asked me to do it. So for me, and it's true, am I the best co-host? I don't really do anything, bro. He's like, "Hey, can you record?" And we're 5 hours ahead. So sometimes I record at 6 a.m. on a Sunday, but I'm already up. I'm already up, bro. So it doesn't matter. I'll do it. Because you know what? I'd rather do it early in the morning and be done with it to spend time with my wife than do it like at 2 p.m. Like, bro, that's midday for me. Like, I'm about to go out, you know? So it works out for now. I'm happy doing it. You know, he does all the legwork. It's really his show. I'm just there to support, I guess. So, you know, I'm happy.
I think you guys are doing great things. When I first listened to Unofficial Controller podcast, I was sort of blown away. Maybe just because of the British accents, but it just it just sounded so official. I was like, oh wow! Like, even though you guys are called Unofficial Controller podcast, which is a great name for anything,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they just sounded very official. So it's great that, you know, like it's a local podcast for the UK in a sense, and it's cool that, you know, you're able to Americanize it a little bit with some New York flavor. Yeah,
and I try to drop other people on there. He doesn't really mind, you know. Like, if we have supporters, bro, from everywhere. But I noticed some of my you know, people who like my show listen to that show. So, you know, you want to shout them out. I appreciate you guys listening to it. You don't really have to, but I'm happy you guys do it, you know. So it's good.
Yeah. And I wanted to say, you know, even though you don't have that many guests on Bobby's World podcast, I know I was
the only one.
Guest, like I said. Yeah. Oh, really?
My brother doesn't really count because that was a Batman special we did together. He wanted to do it. But you're my only real guest on the show because I feel like
we gotta do another one together.
Oh, I would definitely do another one with you. I wouldn't even have you and Kelly on. I don't really care. Look how this is going. I think it's going fine.
Yeah.
But I don't really have you guys have great questions. I know you did you know, Ihagna questions. You did Marcus's questions. I like that. You know, the retro OG Otero. I forgot his name.
OG Retro.
Yeah, but I follow him too. I'm like, you just it's like friends talking to friends, and it's almost like just a natural thing where I feel like, oh, I got to ask a question. What am I going to ask him? And I get nervous. That's how I always been.
Well, it's always good to have an outline and maybe some beer in front of you too. You know,
that does help. Yeah, that does help.
Definitely helps.
What I was going to say is that even though you don't have that many guests on Bobby's World, the untold guests in every episode is New York City sounds, like beeping, sirens, and phones ringing. And I really appreciate that. It literally just makes it so real. It's like, because you can talk about it for 5 minutes on your podcast, and it's just so funny. You're like, oh, there's that motherfucker honking again. It's been silent for 6 hours today, but as soon as I record this podcast, I got fucking sirens going off and honking going outside.
It's just super annoying because what I want to do is a couple guys from Australia, they don't really get how I live, and I'm trying to explain to them I live in an apartment. And I walk out the building and there's a street I have a yard. Bro, we don't have yards over here where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I want to do a video to show you how close I am to the street. And I'm on a main street. So especially from the hours of 4 to 6, if this red light it's always a minute, but people think they can beat it. And as soon as it turns green, they're honking. Bro, you're from my window. Yeah. I don't care if you had a bunch of Ferraris. You're not making that light. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And it's meh, and it could be so dead ass quiet that as soon as I hit record, there it is, bro. I'm like, why? No matter what time. I recorded one time at 2 a.m, bro, because I knew to be quiet. And then the guy upstairs, they started having sex. I am done, bro. I was like, are you kidding me, bro? 2 a.m? What is happening? It's a Tuesday night. What did you guys do on Monday night? They had a good time on Monday night, I guess, because Louise, bro.
That's what you did
It's crazy. Oh man, it's wild.
So you have more platinums than Michael Jackson could ever dream of.
Oh no.
How many PlayStation platinums do you have?
Right now it's 213.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because I talked to Tyler. You know, you had him on the show, Tyler.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
every
our
now
boy
and
Tyler.
then he like hits me up. Oh, you know, are you stuck here? I help. If I'm stuck, I ask him because he's a platinum hunter too. And
Yeah.
you know, I think
Yeah.
it's like it's not something like, oh wow, you know, literally anyone can do it. It's just like it's just over time, you know.
Yeah.
And I just
I have mad respect for it. Something I've always wanted to try, but just don't have the time.
I mean,
Yeah, Kelly-
it's like what it
Kelly,
is.
do you have any?
Do I have any platinum trophy?
Yeah.
I don't even know the last game I
Yeah.
played on the PlayStation, so probably
Yeah.
not.
I
Maybe,
have zero.
maybe like 2.
I think my highest is like 80% in like one of the Yakuza games, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some games are fun to platinum because it's just like it's just there. You're gonna get it naturally.
Yeah.
And some of them are just so dumb that even
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I doing this? Like right now, why am I trying to get the platinum for Marvel Avengers? I don't even want to do this game no more.
So,
I
for
don't.
anyone,
I don't
yeah,
know.
For anyone that doesn't know what a platinum is, can you explain?
So basically, you know, Xbox and PlayStation have a similar thing. PlayStation has platinums, Xbox has achievements, but when you get 100% of a achievement based in PlayStation, you just get a platinum trophy. So you have to 100% base the game based on what they want you to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, beat the game on hard or, you know, punch this guy 20 times in the face, random, you know, new game plus, whatever.
mhm.
And then once you do all that, you get a platinum trophy.
So do you usually just try to platinums games like that you have that you want to play, or are you the kind of person that goes out and specifically buys like, oh, I know this game's an hour long or whatever, and an easy platinum can, you know, I'm just going to play that. Do you do that, or are you just kind of like play whatever you actually want to play?
Like in the basically I started doing this because when I lost my job back like 10, 11 years ago, I had a bunch of games. I couldn't buy any new games. So I was like, okay, let me go back and see what this platinum stuff's about. And the games I had, I tried and I did some, I didn't do some, you know, and sometimes listen, it is what it is. It's like, I'm not embarrassed. I don't care. I can't do every game. I'm not a superhero. But when I play like I guess like a AAA title or like something that's long, I'm like, okay, I need a break. So let me see what's easy. Like, oh, this is not like an hour and a half. I'll do it. No big deal. But I don't buy a game to platinum it. I buy the game to play it. And since I'm just like, all right, well, I spent $70 on this game. Let me just get the platinum if I can. Like I have a bunch of games on my trophy list. I can't get it, and I'm not even going to try because I'm not going to aggravate. You're supposed to play games that have fun. So if I'm going to get aggravated and start cursing and throwing a controller, it's time to put the game away. It's done, right? So like Manhunt, which was funny. Manhunt, I did everything on the PS2 because I wanted to get a bunny costume for, I don't know why. This was a long time ago, but it's a bunny costume, and apparently you could do like all hard kills on it, like super the most violent kills on it. And I wanted to see what they all were. The only way to get the bunny costume was to get 5 stars on each level. And I did it. I did it no problem. It was like super easy because once you know the pattern, they're always going to be in the same spot. For some reason on the PS4, I don't know if it's because the graphics or I don't know the what's it called? Like they were complaining about that with Demon Souls because the 60 frames per second is much faster than 30 frames per second. So they move faster, I guess. I'm not really sure. But I cannot, for the life of me, get a 5-star on any level. And I even plugged my PS2 back in, and I went back to Manhunt, and I did it in the first 2 levels I tried without even trying. Back to PS4, done. No way. So you know what? See ya. I give up. It is what it is. But I would never buy a game just to get a platinum. I try to do whatever I can with it, and if it's just too much, it's too much. Okay, no, move on to the next one. No big deal.
So what was your easiest platinum then? If you don't buy a game for just a platinum.
Well, no, I did a few times. Like for example, like My Name is Mayo. All my friends did it. So like my boy level 1 dad, he did it.
Just because your friends jumped off the bridge, Bobby, doesn't mean you need to jump off the bridge too.
We kind of have like a little competition. I'm like, oh, because if you're gonna do this game, I'll do it too. Like eventually, if it's on sale, I'll do my easiest platinum. I mean, literally has to be the Walking Dead games or any Telltale game because you play the story and it just unlocks naturally. But I do like the stories. Like I never played Borderlands, but my stepfather was like, "Oh, you should play Borderlands Telltale. It's pretty fun." I'm like, "Really?"
Yep.
You know, he hated me playing video games. Now he asks me questions about video games, so I find that kind of funny. So he recommended it to me, and I tried it. I love the story. I played it, and then it's a natural unlock. So I guess any Telltale game, easy. But a quick one was like My Name is Mayo, which I'm embarrassed about, but it's what it is. You just tap the X button 10,000 times. And once you get a platinum, once you get a trophy, it'll tell you to put on the next outfit. So there's a story behind it. And as you unlock the story, it tells you to put on a different outfit to hear the rest of the story. But all you're doing is hitting X, 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 X. And there's an X counter on the controller, on the screen. So I told my girlfriend, who was laughing at me, and I'm super embarrassed about it, but she's like, you're a loser for doing this. I'm like, listen, you got to be in it to win it, right? So she started laughing.
I agree with you, Eva.
She said she knows. And I tapped the X button 375 times a minute.
Wow.
So like if you played any Nintendo track and field game,
what else does that thumb do?
That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to beat me in that game. But I move it pretty quick, bro.
Nice.
Cool. So, in your opinion, is PlayStation better than Nintendo and Xbox?
No, I think they have their own thing. Like I have a Switch. I deliberately wanted it for Breath of the Wild. I never knew Breath of the Wild was a Wii U game. Apparently, I had no idea. I thought it was a Switch game. So I was talking about it
at the same time.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, same dates, I believe.
Oh, okay. So one random Christmas, my girl, I'm like, she's like, what do you want? I'm like, I have everything, really. You know, I just threw a Switch out there because she kept asking me. I'm like, listen, give me a Switch. I knew it's too expensive. Like, you're not gonna get this from me. There's no way. So, what game would you want with it? I'm like, just Breath of the Wild. That's it. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I don't really play the Switch. I don't have one, so that's what I would want to play. So she randomly surprised me and got me that game. And she got Mario Kart 8 and Mario Odyssey for herself. She's a big Mario fan. So that worked out. So I like Nintendo from when I was a kid growing up. They have great games. I think the Switch is fine. I've just been a PlayStation guy since I bought my own when I was like 15, my own money. I bought my own PlayStation and I just kept buying them. I do have an Xbox, but I very rarely use it. But like I don't think anyone's better than the other. It just depends on, I guess, your preferences. Like I think if you're on a budget and you have a Games Pass, then you're winning. Like that's amazing. Good for you, right?
Yeah.
Or if you like Mario games or just like the simple Nintendo, then you have a Nintendo, you're good to go. If you want like story-driven games, I guess Sony's the way to go. Like it just depends on what your style is. But I think they're all doing their own thing, which is like I don't think there's any more console wars, if you would say.
Yeah. There shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, like PC Master Race all the way. Like if you have a game that's 10 years old, they have mods for everything. You want to be Batman in Skyrim? Only on PC, bro.
Yeah.
You're never doing that on PlayStation, so.
Yeah.
But I do think some games run better on Xbox. Like, for example, like Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, whatever. Once you get to a certain memory point, like my PS3 bricked. I don't know how many times. I had to like hard restart it, and I had to delete some saves, and then it got to the point where I couldn't even play. I couldn't even finish the DLCs because it wouldn't let me go. But my friend had it on his Xbox, and I think some games that are more, I guess computer-ish run better on Xbox than a PlayStation. That's just from my own experience. I could be totally wrong, but that's just it.
Okay. So what's your earliest memory of gaming?
Bro, I was born into gaming because my father had a Atari growing up. So I remember like playing Pong with him, and I just moving the controller, the joystick. I'm not even sure if it was plugged in, but I was moving the joystick with him, having a good time with him. And then I remember he brought home a Nintendo. and I mean, I guess he had a great job because he would bring home games left, right, and center. So I pretty much had a lot of Nintendo games growing up. So like all early to mid '80s was just Nintendo game after Nintendo game, and that's how I grew up playing it with him. And I remember the first game I beat with him was Contra, and I was like 6 or 7. So that was
That's amazing.
amazing. Yeah, but what happened was I kept dying in the third level because the third level is a waterfall level, and I would jump ahead of him. So if he wasn't on the same plane, he would die, and he would get upset, and he would he was motherfucker was his favorite word. He used that in everyday life. And I remember he was like, "Yo, kid, you have to stop jumping because I'm dying. We're never gonna meet the level."
Yeah.
And he was getting upset, and he was like, "Listen, we'll turn it off, but we'll play something else." But I wanted to beat it with him, so I would practice. Still couldn't beat the third level. I'm like 7 or 6, 8, whatever, one of those ages. And I remember he came home one day with like a small piece of paper. Like, like your jeans have that little change pocket on top?
Yeah.
He pulled out a little piece of paper and put in this code, which made like a sound. I'm like, so that was the famous Konami code, which gave us 30 lives each, or 30 lives altogether, whatever. And then we actually tried it. And then again, third level, kept dying. So he took me into the bathroom, okay, while he took a shit, dude. Okay. And he read the Reader's Digest, and I'm dying of the smell. It smells so bad, bro. I'm like, why can't I get out? He locked the door, so I couldn't get out. I don't know how to turn a lock in the bathroom. It is what it is. I was young.
Because you fucked up in Contra.
Yes. So I was like, listen, I got to get out of here, bro. I'm dying. He was like, listen, you're going to stay until I finish the article. I don't know what an article was, bro. I don't know what the fuck that was. But he was like, you're not leaving until I finish the article. Now I'm dying. I'm calling my mom. My mom's laughing. What is funny about this, dude? I'm dying of smell. It stinks in here. And he's like, listen, an article is a couple paragraphs, and when I finish, we'll leave. And he wanted to show me patience. Bro, that's a hard lesson for a kid to be stuck in your father taking a shit in the bathroom, learning patience. But now I learned I have to wait for him to finish. So I guess that was the hard story. Once we left the bathroom, besides me gagging and wanting to puke, we played Contra again, and we actually passed their level because what I did was, he's my dad. You jump first, I'll jump after.
Yes.
Even if I died, as long as he got to the top, so would I. So I learned to follow his lead. I'm not the gamer he is. Let's just do what he does. And we actually beat the game together, and it was amazing, bro.
That's awesome.
It makes me almost cry. I'll never forget that memory. It was a beautiful memory. Besides the stinky smell, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That might be why you're crying. That's funny.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
So, what's your favorite game or your favorite genre of game?
I guess open world RPGs. On Nintendo, Legend of Zelda, I liked, but I was too young for that. So I came back to that later. I like Link to the Past, stuff like that. What's it called? Beyond Oasis for the Sega Genesis, I liked. So anything like that, like Witcher, Ghost of Tsushima, any game where I can explore, that's for me. For any system, it doesn't matter. I remember my boy had Knights of the Old Republic. I'm not really a turn-based game guy, and I believe that game was, but I really like playing it because the things you can do in the world, rather than just a platformer or a beat 'em up. Even though I love beat 'em ups, if I had a chance to play any game, it would be open world.
So you don't have a specific video game that you absolutely love, this is my go-to island game? No.
I mean, I guess Breath of the Wild for right now. I just love going back there and exploring it.
Yeah, me too.
The Witcher 3, you can go back to and explore it.
I feel like Breath of the Wild, though, compared to Witcher 3, is anyone can pick that up.
100% agree with you.
Whereas Witcher 3 is well, I got to do the tutorial to know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah. See, even Skyrim, I loved. I got the platinum for Skyrim, so there's only 4 missions that recur, and it's a kidnap mission, kill this guy, steal this or whatever. Like I literally beat everything in the story, but I could still go back to Skyrim and like just do random stuff like that because I just love being in that world.
Yeah,
So like anything like that. But I would say 100% currently Breath of the Wild is just amazing to go back to.
for sure. I love it. I've been playing it on the Wii U whenever I get the chance, and absolutely love it.
That's awesome.
So I remember you telling me about a book that you have been writing. What's it about, and is it out now?
No, the book's not out now. My friend is overlooking it. He's like trying to edit it for me. My Eva read it some, so she did it edit. So basically, I have them two editing it for me. Maybe in the summertime, I can do like an Amazon type thing where like you get it from like Kindle or something like that. I think it's Kindle, right, for Amazon.
Yep.
Should.
So basically, it's just about. So I don't have a major collection of games from my childhood. I have like 30 games from the systems I had, and I figured, I think it'd be pretty cool instead of just doing a basic review book. I'm like, let me tell the stories of my father who got me into gaming. So the 30 games I have physically is the chapters I wrote because those are the games that we played together.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like Zelda in there. You have, Mad Max, which is horrible. And it's kind of a review, but it's mostly the story of how we played it together and my experience with from a child to now. So I went back and played some of them. Like Final Fantasy, obviously, as a kid, I had no idea what that was. And even now, I don't play turn-based, so that was hard for me. So I had to use like a guide. But he beat it, and I remember him writing notes and doing this. He had Xanadu, which I had no idea what I was doing, but I had to get a guide. So it's just the experiences of me as a child playing with my father video games to see if I can beat them or enjoy them like he did. So that's pretty much what the concept of the book is. So hopefully it's out by the summertime. That's my goal. And I guess if it does good, I would love to get a physical copy of it. So that'd be awesome. That's my goal, at least. So let's see what happens.
Good goal. I like that. So another thing that you have is pretty cool. Like looking over your Instagram posts, you have a lot of dedication to gaming and actually recording gaming and reviewing and documenting and putting your 2 cents into each game that you post about. Can you tell us a little bit about what your Instagram posting is like? Like, what is your schedule, or how do you make the clips yourself, or what are you doing with all that? And
So basically, I started the Instagram page thinking that I could like use it as like a way to push the book. But that kind of didn't work because the book's not even out yet. So I've been having the Instagram page for like 3.5 years now. And I used to post just random stuff. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me just stick to like something so simple. So every game I played on Nintendo, I started from A, worked my way to Z.
Nice.
Some people are like, how you missed this game. Never played it, bro. I'm not gonna review it now. We're done. I'm on X. We're out of here. And then I made a poll to do Super Nintendo or Sega. So with Sega, now I'm doing Super Nintendo, and then eventually in 5 years I'll do PS5. Who knows, right? So Monday through Wednesday I do alphabetical right now, currently in S for Super Nintendo. Thursdays, like a beat 'em up Thursday, games I played at the arcade. Now I do like a little movie in there just to keep it like fresh. And then Friday is like a platinum I got till I catch up. So, and then Saturday is just like overall like what I'm doing, what's happening with the current games I'm playing. So that's kind of what I've been doing now. I like the format. I think it's simple for me just to remember. And I'm like 2 weeks ahead as far as like Monday through Friday. And then Saturday is literally like the only actual live post. Because I'm like, well, I can't write what I'm doing 2 weeks from now if it hasn't happened yet. So like literally the Saturday post is like the day I took the picture. And I try to do like the most current screenshot to show everybody. So that's kind of like what I've been doing. I used to do a lot of the photos, like the videos. Then my brother took over because he has like a RetroPie. So I'm like, listen, play this game and just record some stuff and send it to me real quick. So he does it. A couple of my friends do it too. I do it. It's just so time consuming to do all the clips. And I have a friend on YouTube and he lets me use some of his stuff too. So whenever I use it, I try to credit him. But he don't have an Instagram page, but I try my best. So I think it'll be without those friends helping me. It'll be impossible to show clips.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that, like how you did the whole clips and stuff.
Yeah, like there's no way I could do it, right? I'll be swamped. So I was like, listen, I don't care if you die in the clip. It doesn't matter. It's just to show the gameplay.
Yeah.
And I just try to show like trailers of the gameplay, but people were invested into it. So I had an old capture card, which is now done. I got to get a new one. So it was really my brother helping me out. And I said, listen, just send me like 4 clips a minute long. I don't even care if it's the same level. It's just trying to show the people who maybe never played it to get a feel for the game. So he sent them to me through like the Google Share. And then I just slap on the overlay and done. Boom. Thanks, bro. That's what I do. But I know what I'm going to talk about because it's alphabetical order, so it's easy for me to remember.
Right.
So that's basically what it is.
Amazing, man. Like you post so much, and you said you're 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Yeah.
So I know what I'm going to talk about next week and next Friday. As far as Saturday goes, maybe I'll beat this game and I'll have a new game. So that's really the only fresh post as far as what I'm currently doing, because everything else is already written in I have an Android, so I have some kind of note thing. I just copy the formula and just add my thoughts in the review or my thoughts of the game on it, and then it's saved. So like the whole Halloween special, I kind of caught myself in a jam. So I did like 25 games, but there was something I never played. And for me to play those games would be difficult. So I asked Tyler, I asked Ghost, I asked a few of my friends to, listen, you played this game? I know you have. Please give me a little review. And I credited them in their review to show, like, hey, you helped me. I appreciate it. So I had like a whole friends week. So that really helped me because I was like, bro, there's no way. I really got myself in a jam there because I really wasn't as focused as I used to be. So now I'm like, you know what? Every Sunday, I'll take 2 hours in the morning when everyone's sleeping and just, boom, write the post down with my breakfast, and everything is set. I'm good for the week.
Good. So you're posting once a day then, right?
Except for Sunday, yeah. I don't know why. I just figured Sunday I'm going to chill.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
I mean,
that's insane, man.
It really is insane. But if I was doing this fresh every day, I would probably jump out the window. But since I'm so far ahead, if I take a couple of days off and not do it, it's no big deal. But I always try to have that cushion because you never know what can happen. And not that I care if I post every day. If I don't post for a week, I'm not going to send like a sorry post on my story. Like, I think people really try to like
anyone that does that. I hate that. Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Like, listen, you got a life, bro. I may say, hey,
nobody even fucking noticed.
100% true.
But,
like I have my main crew that always likes my stuff, and I got new guys, but I'm not really doing it for likes or people to follow me. It's almost like an archive for myself. And if you like it, cool. I appreciate it. If you don't like it, no big deal. Like, I'm not complaining that I have X amount of followers or likes. It is what it is. And if you appreciate it, then I'm happy. I made you happy. Move on,
Right.
It'll be really cool once, technology actually like catches up to Star Wars technology and we have holograms and you can be like, here's my Instagram hologram, and it's every fucking post with the videos and pictures, all 3-dimensional, and you're like, boom, here it is.
Yeah. See, I kicked myself in the ass a little bit on Thursday because I wanted to incorporate like the arcade feel. So I just found out from my friend that the TV outline of the sticker is called a bezel.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. So some games that are popular have a bezel. And I just download it from like the website, and then I fit the video inside of it. So it looks like, I'm looking at the bezel and the TV.
Wait, are you talking about bezel?
Oh, it's a bezel? That's what it's called? I was called a bezel.
Yeah.
Like the sticker that's on the outside of the plastic. You have the TV inside the frame.
Yep.
Then the plastic, and then like the sticker around it. I thought it was a bezel. It could be bezel. Bro, I say words wrong all the time.
Kelly, help us.
I usually say bezel, but
Okay.
I don't think I've heard anybody else ever say the word, so
It's
I
bezel.
always assumed it was bezel.
Bezel. Okay, I like it. It sounds
Yeah, so
better.
sometimes it's a sticker that went right on the screen.
And
Sometimes it was actually like a built-on piece
Yes.
that would be designed. That was like maybe plastic or
Mhm.
like a wood that would go around the screen on the arcade game.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a beaver's butthole. So it's
Yeah. So the Monday through Wednesday post is easy because I just take the NAS cover. So like the side label is what you see during the videos,
yeah.
and the front cover is just an overlay of whatever I write about it. Thursday, my friends Finch the Gamer and Comic Picture 79, they're the ones that kind of made that little arcade picture. And then it's a transparent TV with the posters.
Yeah, I
And
like it.
I just add that in every week or every whatever. So that's already done. So that kind of helps me with the, making a fast picture. But
Yeah.
not all games have a bezel. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I was getting annoyed because I wanted everyone to have it. But I'm like, bro, I'm not even getting paid for this. What do I care? So here's just the logo.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like, I don't really.
Yeah.
At least we got to see the game and we're done. Next. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So you're an early adopter of the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
How are you liking it?
So far, so good. I think the only
it work?
actual PS5 game I played was like Bug Snacks, because Valhalla was multi-system.
Yeah.
So was Spider-Man, and Cyberpunk is not even PS5. So that's the only game I actually think I played. So far, so good. I have no real issues with it. I just like the what you call it, like the configuration of the PS4, how you can like switch from one game to the other. You can put your own background. It's easier to navigate. The PS5 is not really like easy to navigate, in my opinion. Like, for example, if I want to, let's say we're on, I see you online. I want to talk to you. I could just hit the quick menu and add a chat to your name. I can't really do that here. I have to go to like the game base, find you, hit X, go to like messages or voice, and then hit voice. Like, why can't you make a quick menu? You can't customize the background. And then what I used to do, like my living room, to go to my bedroom, you have to go like around the corner. Like you have to pass the dining room to go behind my living room for the bedroom. So Eva doesn't really hear me play late at night if I play. But I remember I used to hit the quick menu and just put all audio to headphones. So she don't hear it at all. You can't do that on the PS5. You have to go to settings, go to audio, go to headphones, all audio. Like, why can't you have that on the quick menu?
Yeah.
The only thing on the quick menu is like messages or broadcast. I don't really broadcast anything except for the one time I did. But I feel like they need to implement some of the PS4 stuff and make it a little simpler. At least my opinion on it. I think it could be easier to navigate.
Yeah.
Even the sales, like sometimes, where like I see a sale, it pops up on my phone. On my phone, on the app, you see the sales, but on the actual console, where is it? Sometimes it's not even there. So I have to like search through my phone to either add it to my cart or library, rather than just finding it. Like you have PS5, PS4, and all. Where's the sales page? Like you had a huge winter sale. It only popped up twice in a month that it was actually here. I can find it. It's kind of weird, I don't know. The interface is weird, but other than that, the haptic feedback, I guess, is cool. And also Astrobot I play. That's another, I guess, straight PS5 game.
Yeah.
That was cool. I don't know if it's gonna just be like a one-time thing or like a
probably.
What do you call it? When something's popular but not, it kind of goes away. Like a
one-hit wonder.
Yeah, like, okay, it's cool. You showed me the controller, what it could do, but who's really going to implement this? Like Valhalla had straight vibration, like a PS4 controller. I didn't feel like the right side moved more than the left side when I swung an axe, I guess, So it's cool if you use it, but if you don't use it, I don't really care. If I could turn it off, I will. I never really cared about Rumble. But it was cool when you played Astrobot, how, especially when you climb something, like you could feel left, right on the controller. But it's like, it's like a fad, I guess. So it's good. You're gonna use it now or not use it later. It is what it is. If it goes away, no big deal.
Yeah, I mean that's how I think what like the PS4 was when it first came out. They offered something and it like worked with Killzone, but then after that,
Yes.
it didn't work. I forget what it was, but it was sort of like haptic feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like the move stuff that didn't really take off
Yeah,
with
that's
PS3.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, well, but then, you look into it and you've out of that kind of birth the PSVR. So this haptic feedback could basically be the beginning to something else that comes down the line that we're not, we can't see obviously because it's the future, but maybe PlayStation will be able to do something cool in a couple years that is, a very integral part of the game or, a system that was kind of birthed from the idea of the haptic feedback.
Yeah, exactly. So if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I personally don't care. I think it's cool, but like you said, how many third party people are going to try to use that thing?
Yeah.
It might just be more hassle than anything.
Yeah, It's the same thing with the Joy-Cons that had haptic feedback as well. Like, I think the only game that I know of is Mario Party for the Switch.
1-2 Switch.
And 1-2 Switch, which I've never played, but I just saw a TikTok on it, and it looks so much fun. And
I have it. It's so fun.
Is it? Like,
Yeah.
I need it. I need it. Yeah.
I remember on Heavy Rain, it used a lot of that 6-axis to move or do something, but other games like non-existent.
Right.
You kind of like forget about it. It's cool when you do it, like Breath of the Wild. Sometimes, like what kind of got weird for me is like I'm playing Breath of the Wild, and certain missions you had to roll a ball.
Yeah.
But I had to like get up and take the system and use the switch function to move the ball around, and then I would put it back in and take the controls out again and go back on the couch. So like, I thought the controller would do that too, or the Joy-Cons would control the ball, but apparently you had to use the whole system. So that was kind of odd.
Yeah,
but also cool. I guess.
Yeah, that was like how the Wii U was set up. So I don't think that they like really switched anything off that. Like you had to use the Wii U gamepad to like control the map on those certain shrines is what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Like where you rock the whole shrine back and forth and stuff.
Oh, because I guess the Wii U controller was just that big.
It's a gamepad, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense what you're saying now. Okay, I get it now. Yeah.
Cool. So I know it's only January 26th right now that we're recording, but what's your favorite game of 2021?
Right now, believe it or not, it's a hard toss between Spider-Man and Cyberpunk.
Okay.
Spider-Man was also it's also one of the games I really played. So Spider-Man was Miles Morales was fun, but it was more like an expansion game than a full game. But I thought everything about it was well done, especially from New York. How they did Harlem, how they how they had the cast of characters was cool. It was kind of weird though because it takes place in Harlem, Spanish Harlem, but they only had the Puerto Rican flag. It'd been pretty cool to have like Dominican flag, Mexican flag, other representations of the Latino Hispanic culture. But other than that, that was pretty cool. But Cyberpunk, when it's working, is great. Like both said a couple episodes ago, I just whenever I have my chores or whatever I got to do, when I finish them, I'm like Cyberpunk. Like I gotta play it when I get back home. Yeah. So whatever it is I'm doing, I'm like, okay, Cyberpunk. I'm doing this mission. I'm thinking about it. When I get home, I'm like, okay, the cats are fed. Everything is done. I'm sitting here, phone's off on silent. I'm done. I'm playing this game.
Yeah.
So Cyberpunk to me is like, I guess will be number one right now.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to it and playing it for sure. So, what's your most anticipated game coming out this year?
And that's the thing. That's what makes me a bad podcaster, bro. I have no idea what's coming out. I just know, like,
you know what? I really don't know either. I was hoping that you could tell me.
Yeah, like I mean, it already came out, but like the Angry Video Game Nerd, my little sister Katie bought it for me. I've been playing that on the Switch, so like that was like something I was looking forward to. But I'm like, what's currently coming out now? The only thing I can think of is
you know what?
Batman, Gotham Knights, I think it's called. And
no.
because I'm a Batman fan, so that's kind of like something for me. But it also, like, on the Xbox, my friend has an Xbox downstairs, so I can play whenever I want. The Medium looked interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was I got a brain fart. Oh, what'd you call it? I believe it's called Elden Ring from Software. And I don't know if it's true or not, but they had another like development. It's gonna be released. They showed, I guess, a new clip of it. Who knows? If the game is mysterious as it is, I don't know what's true or not. But if that game comes out, I love From Software games, so I'm looking forward to that for sure. As far as what else, that's all I can think of right now on the spot.
You know what I just thought of?
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Nintendo said Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out in 2021.
Really?
Right?
I don't know.
My friend got me that. I don't know what's it called? Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
even played it.
The
I've
Age
never
of
played any.
Calamity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I thought it looked cool, and I have it. It's still wrapped in cellophane. I would love to play it, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how it's gonna be.
I heard it's great. Yeah. Like my buddies that have played it say to fucking buy it and play it because it's fun.
Really?
And like it's Dynasty Warriors, but with the whole Zelda
Yes.
theme, and like lore and everything. But like it's well done because it's Nintendo made and not PlayStation made.
Mm-hmm.
Not that PlayStation makes bad things, but Nintendo like lore and story is so much better than PlayStation in the sense.
100%.
At least-
I mean, look at the
yeah,
Nintendo library.
Yeah.
Like, some of the games are forever.
He was just saying how everything just like comes together in Hyrule Warriors. So yeah, he talked me into it, but I never bought it. I'm just looking forward to Breath of the Wild too. Honestly, I honestly think that it might be something similar to Majora's Mask, but not a time limit thing, but like more like this was Breath of the Wild 1, which is all positive and bright colored, but this is Breath of the Wild 2, which is the dark side, the evil side, you know? Like the underground or something. Like that's what I'm feeling like it's going to be.
Interesting.
Like same like sprites, not sprites, but like the same type of graphics, but the dark side, like sort of like what was that Netflix special with 11? Stranger
Things?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's the dark side, like the underside.
Okay.
You know?
That'd be cool.
I feel like
almost
like
like Link to the Past, where it kind of goes like dark to good.
Exactly. Yep, exactly.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, that's coming out. Then that's definitely on the radar for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
me too.
Well, yeah. I just looked real quick. The ones that are coming out, like the big games coming out in 2021, a lot of them. You've got Hitman 3, the new Resident Evil. I guess another Monster Hunter. And then they got Far Cry 6.
Oh yeah,
that's mostly a big anticipated game. So like I mean, there's stuff coming out, but for right now, that's kind of what is at the top. Which I really none of that kind of.
Yeah, see, for me, Far Cry 6, I like the Far Cry games, but like Bo said before in other podcasts, they're just the same shit over and over again.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I feel like if they went back to Far Cry 2, because in Far Cry 2, listen, you had a plan, right? Okay, I'm going to go and snipe this guy, I'm going to throw a grenade down there, I'm going to go and knife this guy, and I'm fucking done. Your grenade might not blow up, and your sniper rifle might jam. So now you're stuck. And it was like everything that you thought you were going to do might not happen. And I think that if they bring that back, like that real element back, it'll be much more exciting because it's basically the same shit over and over. You take down this base, get the radio, the map opens. Take down that base, the map opens. And it's like so repetitive that I feel like the only thing Far Cry brings to the table is the unique bad guy element. Other than that, it's the same damn game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've never played a Fallout or a Far Cry game, and I can't. I mean, like I wanted to, I just haven't.
You don't want to start.
I mean, if you want to have this dumbass, like if you want to have like a dumb time and you're free, just want to just shoot things, it's great. But if you think you're going to get in depth with something and fall in love with it, nah, it's not going to happen. And also, it's a Ubisoft game, correct? So
Yeah.
it's like you don't have to buy it day one, because I realize
Yeah.
paying attention to Ubisoft games, in 2-3 weeks they go on like a major sale.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt bad because my stepfather got me Immortals Phoenix Rising full price. When I actually got the game in the mail, it was currently at $35.
Oh, geez.
Like, damn, you would have waited 2 more weeks, you would have saved yourself $30.
Mm.
And everyone's hurting right now, so anything you can get a sale on is beneficial to everybody, you know?
Yeah.
So Ubisoft, okay, Far Cry 6 comes out, I'll wait 2 weeks and then I'll get it for a sale.
Yeah, makes sense. So how has Instagram helped you in your gaming journey?
I'm not sure if it really like helped me at all, other than the fact that maybe I met some like dope ass people through Instagram. Like I met Bo, I met like Ghost, a few people I met, like even recently, like Ihognut, he's from my area, he's from Long Island, so he's not that far from me. So, meeting people like that and talking to them about games and just random stuff, I think is awesome. But as far as helping me game, I don't think it really did that at all. I'm just happy that I have some place that I can archive something and people can like comment back to me. And I remember when this happened, or I never played this game, maybe I'll try it. So those are always like feel good comments. And I never had anyone write like something negative. So for me, it's been pretty positive. And I just try to feed that back to the community. Like, yeah, you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. You don't want to talk about it? Move on. Like, I never had anybody tell me anything negative. So I think that's, for me, has been pretty cool. Just to talk about random stuff in time through video game history has been pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So have you ever thought about pursuing a career reviewing video games? Like, you already have a digital portfolio that you could send to popular websites and see what they think.
I thought about it, and my friend even told me, my friend Niloy is the one who told me to do the Instagram, because he was like, how you just talk about a game just seems like a natural thing that I think people would listen to it. So he's the one I pursued to do the Instagram. And then my original name, which is funny, was Bobby's World. But I'm like, what the hell's Bobby's World? Nobody really knows. So my boy Marlon was the one that's like, listen, change to the Chronicle of the Gamer. You're chronicling. That's what you're literally doing. You're literally chronicling the games you're playing. So just call yourself that. I'm like, really? That sounds kind of corny. He's like, no, bro. It sounds kind of dope. So I said, okay. I changed my name, and then I met an artist named Art Delic. He might be something else now because he does like not safe for work art. So his Instagram tag is always changing. And I contacted him about a logo. My idea for the logo was like me at a table with a bunch of controllers, like holding them up. And he was like, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. I'm like, well, you're the artist, bro. He was like, he got to know me. He got to talk to me. And he was like, I feel like you're like the Mad Max of gaming, where you're only playing by yourself and then telling a story.
Yeah.
So he was like, I want to make this concept for you. How do you feel about that? Bro, I was fucking excited as shit when he told me that. When he gave me that logo, I was like, oh, damn. The cool thing was, I said, hey, listen, how much would it cost to update the logo? I want to put the PS5 controller now instead. Bro, I got you. Give me 1 second. Literally a couple hours later, he put the updated PS5 controller with the fire around it. And I'm like, wow, that's
awesome.
That's amazing. So
That's cool.
Like, yeah, I guess that was it. Also, the beer's hitting me now, so I feel good. I have a third beer.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good.
I don't know if you want me to pop it open or not.
No, you can pop it open. We're not going to talk about it, though,
cool.
because we're about to end this with the last topic for everyone.
Okay.
But either way, let's go back to that last question.
Okay.
Though. Have you thought about like sending your portfolio?
So I did think about it, but then like, what always scares me, even in life, in current jobs,
You're scared about nothing.
Exactly. Don't like I said before. You do it and see what the reaction. If it's no, it's no. But yes, it's net. You can't lose in life if you just do it that way.
I think you have a good enough portfolio right now.
Well, I appreciate that. So I always thought about it, but scared to pull the trigger because I feel like when I read other people's reviews, even when you write something, like you personally write something, I feel like, damn, he has got a good vocabulary. He has a good way to speak about it. It sounds professional. Where I sound like, I don't know, it's a thought, right? But I wanted to try to do it. And I think I never really thought about it like 100%, but it's always crossed my mind. I would just like to get more of like what everybody talks about, like as far as like gameplay, visuals, whether the game, so I'm like, everyone does that. But I feel like if I could just do my own twist on it and someone accepts it, I would love to try it that way. But I don't want to be forced into something like you have to talk about X, Y, Z. Well, what about C, D, and F? Like let's just do something random. So I would love to do it if someone would allow me to be myself.
So like you said earlier in this podcast about asking for a free beer and you got your free beer.
Yeah.
I think that's how you do it. You send out your application, how it is, whatever it is, and then you say, hey, check out my Instagram. I've been reviewing video games, retro and new, every day, 6 days out of the fucking week. It's short word because you only have so many letters that you can put in to an Instagram post. I'm trying to put in as much as I can, but I'm keeping it short so that it's easily readable to anyone that's viewing it. And anyone that would see that, that is a possible boss or hire will look at it and be like, all right, I mean, this guy's dedicated, not getting paid and doing this shit 6 days out of a week. Like, honestly, if I was the boss of IGN, I'd be like, yeah, let's put you on. Let's put you on at a lower wage. Let's see what you do. Let's see how you keep up with it. Let's review some old games. Let's do some shit. Let's do some new stuff. Let's talk about stuff that we haven't talked about in a while. Fuck up the system where it's not necessarily all about the new games. Like, yeah, there's a lot of new games coming out all the time, but people are still playing old games. Retro is still in.
Very true. Very true.
So I think you should put out some applications, man.
I will definitely. You know what? I'll definitely do it, bro. You just give me a little bit of confidence. So you know what? I will definitely do it. I might seem like boisterous, but I'm kind of a shy guy, believe it or not. But I would do it. I would definitely do it.
I think you should.
Thank you.
I think you're doing so much for yourself, for your Instagram page, that you might as well start doing it for other people and get paid for it. Like straight up.
Okay, you can. Yep, you're right. You're right.
You definitely can, especially with the amount of fucking platinums that you have to put that, put that on your fucking application. Like people want to see that. Like that's dedication. Yeah. There's no cheating when it comes to platinums.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Do a quick resume update, real quick. Just right at the top. How many platinums?
Yeah, I mean, literally, when it comes to a gaming like website or whatever, like IGN or whatever, like, dude, you could get in there, like straight up.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're good. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll definitely do it then for sure.
Yeah,
I will send an email tomorrow when I'm not buzzed for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So let's end this podcast with a funny, but not necessarily funny. I mean, my answer's funny. I think so. But, a funny topic for everyone. If you could be a part of the Avengers team and have a superpower, what would it be? And what would your alias be called? It can't be a superpower that somebody already has.
Okay, so I really thought long and hard about this. Because it really messed with my mind. And I'm like,
okay.
So I'm a little bit of a nerdy geek, comic book geek, so I kind of know. I was like, okay, are we doing comic book or movie? Because there's so many superheroes involved with the Avengers. It's almost impossible to be unique. So I was like, you know what? I was thinking about it. And I'm like, I don't remember, even on DC standards or like, independent comic book labels, I would just be called straight up the Zodiac. Because I would use the powers of the Zodiac as my powers. So like For example, Gemini, there's always talking about being dual and double. I could replicate myself if I had to.
Okay.
Ares, like the god of war for Greek mythology, he's like super strength based, god of war. I could use that for my example. Like
Pisces, you could flop around like a fish.
I'm an Aquarius. You could
Yeah.
just fill up glasses of water.
I'm an Aquarius too, so we could use water based powers, kind of like almost like Aquaman-ish, I guess. So I guess it'd be kind of unique that I can use all 12 of the signs.
That'd be cool.
And that'd be pretty dope. I don't think anybody has done that.
But Zodiac style.
The what?
Captain Planet, but Zodiac style.
Yeah, like, if I have to take care of something, I could do it. I feel like a lot of the Zodiac though is kind of like water based, at least a few of them. But no big deal. It is what it is. I could do that. Like Sagittarius, I feel like they're very like they're like a visionary. They're like super. I don't know. I feel like they're like a hunter, so I could use that like animalistic side of that to like do what I have to do for a mission, rather than just I'm super strong and that's my power.
Yeah, I like it.
Makes sense.
It really hurt my brain thinking about that. So that's a good question, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. How
you go? Go ahead.
I definitely already know what superpower I would have because that's just something I've already thought about before. And if I had a superpower, I would have the ability to fill things.
To what?
To fill things.
The filler.
The filler. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think of an alias, but let's call me the filler.
All right.
So like I'd be sitting on my couch playing a game, and I want a snack. And my bowl is empty. No, my bowl is full of cheese curls.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sitting here recording this podcast. My beer's empty.
Fill it up.
There it is. It's filled. Cans refilled. My bank account's kind of getting a little low. Just
that bitch up.
There it is. We're back up to where we need to be. That kind of stuff.
Honestly, that's fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly, you won. You won. You won.
Thank you.
Go ahead, hey. Okay, go ahead. My bad. I jumped the gun a little bit.
All right. Well,
I'll think of a better name than the filler, but it's fine. Go ahead. Let me hear yours.
I like the filler though.
Okay.
All right. So my background story.
Oh, I didn't know we had to think about background story.
Here we go.
Well, I thought about it. I'm a mechanic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on cars. I'm working under cars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this radioactive mosquito fucking bites on me while I'm changing some oil and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I become the lubricator.
No.
Like, is this like a lubrication, like a sexual side, or is it like you're stuck in a pipe, you got to get out?
No.
Okay.
I am the lubricator. So I can lube up anything. I can shoot lube at you. Which makes you extra sticky.
Uh-huh.
And very aggravated that you're extra sticky and lubricated.
Yeah, but lube is not sticky. Lube is smooth, bro.
It's
smooth. It's sticky. It's gross. It's greasy. It's like, ugh. Like you don't want to
be in it.
You don't want to be lubed up.
I don't know. It's working. I'm aggravated.
That's wild, bro. Like I don't want to be lubed by anybody, so this would piss me off, bro. Yeah, you're right.
It's like sort of like Spider-Man, like shooting like a web that like holds the wall. It's like I'm just shooting this lube ball at you, and you're just like, fuck, I'm gross. Like, I just need to like get to the shower and get everything cleaned off.
You see, now that you guys said that, originally I want to do something like Orgasmic Man, where like I would just make you orgasm nonstop until I got out of the situation. But then when you told me, like when you said it to me, I'm thinking like a comic book nerd, what would be dope? But now that you said that, I mean, imagine someone's aggravating you. You just snap your finger. He's orgasming. And until you stop, he's not stopping. He's done. He can't do anything. So you tell him that, listen, snap, you're done. See ya, I got to go.
So what's his like beginning story? Like where did Orgasmic Man come
Okay,
from?
so let's say, for example, beginning story. Okay, I'm a horny dude. I'm like a virgin. I never really got a chance to be with anybody. And this could be like just orgasm. Could be male, female, don't matter. Whatever your preference is, don't matter. But you're frustrated, you're upset with life, and then all of a sudden you're like, got so frustrated where you like snapped your fingers at somebody, like someone had an attitude, like, bro, get up, get back. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, and then he falls on the floor because he's orgasming. He's in an intense orgasm. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And you snap your fingers and he stops. Then you realize, oh, I have the power of orgasmic.
Yeah,
I
but
can
where did you
stop
get
it. I just got it from being sexually frustrated.
No.
Right, so you're a sexually frustrated person. You can use that ability of your frustration and throw it on somebody else, where they can actually do the job you can't, which always makes you frustrated. So you're robbing the bank. You don't got to kill nobody. Snap, snap, snap. Everyone's orgasming. You take the money. Cops come. Snap, snap, snap. Lots of porn sounds, but you know what? You're out. And then once you're done, you snap your fingers, everyone's back to normal.
That's what when you said it, I said, I was thinking, this is not a superhero. This is a supervillain.
Yeah.
You definitely use this more to a control point or like something like that instead of, using these powers for good. It's more, they definitely be twisted more towards.
100%. You could twist it to be more villainous, but think about it, right? Let's say, for example, the president is in trouble. He's, the White House is taking over, like that movie with Jamie Lee Foxx or Channing Tatum.
What happened the other week?
Yeah, exactly. Or imagine that. So let's use that real case scenario.
Yeah, so
these people are wild, bro.
Would you hit up Orgasmic Man or would you hit up the lubricator? I feel like you would hit up the lubricator, so nobody
we're on
could
the same team, bro. That's like a tag team duo. And then Kelly's the filler. So now she's filling up whatever the fuck you're missing. It's done. You're stuck. I'm giving an orgasm. Yeah, bro. You know what? What if somebody has like a weird, they can't produce their own sexual feeling? Bam, you lube them up. I hit him with the orgasm. Kelly's like, yo, fill this in, bitch. Boom, boom, boom. They're done. They're incapacitated. And what's that word?
Incapacitated.
Incapacitated. They're done. We don't have to throw one punch. We just snap our fingers. Imagine the whole takeover of the Capitol. You snap your fingers, everyone's orgasming. The cops can easily arrest you.
Well, in that case, they might have just had a whole change of heart at that moment, changed their whole outlook on life, and walked away, and everything would have been fine.
I mean, also, like, what's the best feeling in the world? An orgasm. So now you're like, yo, I'm sorry, I was upset. I feel good. Let's move on with our life. Done.
Yeah.
That's criminal reform.
Think about
that. This might be the best ending of any Precisely podcast that we've ever recorded. I hope people listen to the end.
Oh man, that'd be amazing. I hope so. We'll see, bro.
We have to tell them.
You really got my brain thinking. Like I was thinking, like, oh my god, I'm so nerdy.
I like it.
This question is so intense. I gotta be a nerd. But when you said sticky, listen, bro. Here's my original idea.
The duplicator.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
this was great, bro. I really appreciate this, bro.
Body achy.
Yeah, dude.
Gross.
No, this was really fun. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I've been dying to come on, so I'm happy I'm here. I love you guys so much. This was really, I think we flowed well. Whenever you need somebody, bro, I'm here, dude. I got no job. We're good to go. Let's do it.
I love you, man.
I love you too, bro. I love you guys.
Thank you. Much love going on here.
Yeah. Oh, before we leave the podcast, I don't know if you guys, well, I listened to the last podcast, obviously, Marcus, but what's up with this Peter Rabbit thing? Do we know an answer? I'm sure the fans are dying. Do we have a solution to this, or?
Yeah, Kelly, do you know anything?
Let me check my sources here.
I feel like I want to answer, and this could be like, this is itching me now.
Well, no, I know Marcus said something to me too, so now I'm looking.
Yeah, I have to look on.
I don't want to.
My...
I'm this. It's been like 3 episodes now, so I want to get it. I want to get it.
We're on the edge of our seats, right? I understand.
Mhm.
Everybody is
very intense looking for the answer for this for sure.
Thinking about Reader Rabbit constantly. This is probably the most Reader Rabbit has been thought about since 1983 or whatever when they came up with him.
You could hashtag Reader Rabbit. We're trending. Precisely podcast is trending.
Hashtag precisely Reader Rabbit.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't remember where he sent that to, but we do have an update on it.
Probably to
Sam, cut this all out. This is we.
No, it's fine. This is good content. Checking precisely.
You don't know every episode.
Oh, I found it.
Here we go. Okay, what is it?
So Marcus gave us an update on the Reader Rabbit, and he says he has some sad news about the Reader Rabbit Park and Park.
Oh no!
It was part of Park and Zoo in Eskilstuna, Sweden, between 2010 and 2015, called. I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm going to murder this because I have a German-speaking background, and that's about it. Ordkirpong.
Sounds good.
That's fine for me. Which would translate to Wordville. He said he's still trying to find some decent photos, but from what he's seen, it was basically a themed section with children's rides, most of which are still jungle themed. Probably because Reader Rabbit replaced a similar Park and Park from 1986 to 2009 based on the comic book The Phantom. The latter was strangely very popular as a comic book character in the 70s and 80s in Sweden. So, yes, I guess is our dear Reader Rabbit Park is no longer, and I will never be able to realize the dream of seeing Reader Rabbit in person. So I'll take that, and I'll be marinating on that for a couple weeks.
Yeah, you sound like
my beer.
I'm sorry. Like, I wanted this to be a thing. I feel like this has been on for 4 episodes now. Like,
yeah, thank you for reminding us.
I wanted an answer, bro.
We do. We had that answer. I think we'll have more as we can find more. I definitely want to try to find some pictures of it and see if we can share them to the page.
That'd be dope.
But yeah, this sadly no more. But he was there. Dang. He was at the zoo in Wordville. So that's our Reader Rabbit update.
Well,
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I hope there's an answer for this.
Yeah,
and it's a sad answer, but you know what? We found a conclusion, and that's all you have to do in life is get a conclusion. You're done.
Yes, it's an unfortunate conclusion, but if I could time travel, I still stand by the fact that I would go to the Reader Rabbit.
Yeah, Park. I would definitely try to visit this because when you guys spoke about that, I was like, wow, that sounds very unique. And I would definitely try to visit that myself. Yeah, I agree with you guys.
Absolutely. All right, shall we close this thing out, gentlemen?
Yes, please.
Close it.
All right. So if you liked what you heard today, please rate, review, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends. You can find merch and other episodes on our website, precisely.live, and you can donate to our Patreon to keep new episodes coming. And you can follow us on social media for updates, pictures of games we've talked about, and beers we've drank at Precisely Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And thank you again for coming on. Really appreciate it, Bobby. It's been fun talking.
No, thank you for having me. It's been really fun. I really appreciate it. Thanks for thinking about me. You know, I listen to you guys all the time, so I'm happy to be part of the nostalgia, the history, the lore. So I'm good to go, bro. I'm happy right now. Yeah, thank you.
We'll put you up on that Wikipedia page.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah.
This was an amazing podcast. I absolutely enjoyed so much of it. Just so you can tell the listeners, all the underscores in your name.
Yeah.
Can you just read it out with all the underscores?
Okay, so my main page is the _ chronicles _ a _ gamer, which is a lot, and I'm drunk, so that's fine. From there, you can find a link tree. But the other part, my podcast is Bobby's _ world _ podcast. And then the last thing I do is just no underscores because it's not mine. It's just the Unofficial Controller Podcast on IG. So I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much. That's my little plug. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being on with us, and can't wait to hear more of your podcast, solo style, and also on Unofficial Controller Podcasts. Like you're very great on both of them. So
well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we out.
We out.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.